Start recording. Start streaming. That is 10, 4, 3, B. Numbers are a man-made adventure. Go. Episode 194. For the rest of you sheeple, go. What happened last time?
I don't even know how to respond to that. Last time, we did more planning and preparations for the big break into the royal capital of Rynair in Phaloris, where big celebrations will be going on over the next few days, where Barovian citizens will be sold into slavery and royals will be sacrificed quite literally, and the Empress, actually possessed by the spirit of some kind, will be working with hags to help Ravaxis ascend to godhood, only to betray him and then bring back their vampire daddy instead. Strahd, that's the name, that's what it is.
Vampire daddy.
It's out of character, obviously, yeah, we can say. And, our plan going forward, I think. I am wired all of a sudden, sorry.
It's that
new. Yeah.
It's the mystery.
I should have gotten the 0 after all. Our plan is going through a secret entrance on the shores of the castle. We're gonna swim underwater to a caved-in mine and go up to the bottom dungeon floor of the castle with the hopes of locating the prince that's gone missing and should be held prisoner there, and maybe possibly also finding the Barovian knight Victor Volovich, who is basically being executed via gauntlet, being forced to fight increasingly difficult foes over the next few days. And then after that, hopefully maybe start taking out some of the individual hags in this thorn weave led by Baba Lagasa, but before we actually confront her if need be, and finding out where Bravaxis is actually doing this whole ceremony thing. We think it's probably at somewhere up top and possibly in like the attic space of the castle, maybe. And kill him, and we have a couple means of possibly exorcising the Empress as well. As I think that Purify Good and Evil spell or whatnot that I think Smoot has.
I believe so.
Might be able to do that. Or otherwise, Decadic also just got a spell recently that can more or less do the same thing.
Dispel good and evil, yeah.
Ah, yeah, he has that.
It's
He has
Purify
two
Good,
slots.
Yeah, he only has 5th level slots and only has 2 of them, but yeah, he's got that one.
This character's infected with good. Purify them! No!
So that one's like similar to what you had done before. It is like a dispel magic check, right? Higher, more potent, the harder that is to do. But yeah, that does exist. As well as he does have a cleansing touch, that's possible as well. That's another avenue he has. I think you have your specific ability, and
the Eternal Edict, which works a bit more like a Geas almost, where I feel like I can impose restrictions on the entity possessing the Empress.
yeah, you can expose. Yeah, you can weaken some of its abilities and give it general commands it has to follow.
Yes.
Right.
So that's a plan that's going to go off completely without a hitch, I'm sure.
I don't know if the captain or Movaes have prepared anything in that regard. I can't remember. Or no? Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay.
It's been long enough. I don't remember.
All
I
right.
know we talked about it.
All right. That's all your guys' stuff. I remember you had your preparations, so that's ready. And everyone else had done downtimes. I believe everyone's sheet has been updated to reflect their downtime. All right. That's all I have. So, we pick up where we left off. Your characters, I believe, are aboard the Nostromo, which is sail-bound heading towards the Isle of Dread. But your plan is to teleport towards the water, or you guys are already there? Like, what was the... are you just going to use a helmet teleportation or something, or a scroll and teleport to, like, the open waters, or...
Yeah, pretty much just right to the water where we're going.
Okay, okay,
We've cast water breathing on us beforehand,
okay. go ahead and do such. That works.
Scroll.
And we have the siege weapons being held at Smoot's key.
Yeah.
Okay.
If absolutely necessary, shit goes down, we can bring those to attack the castle.
And you guys are doing this at what? I assume 7 in the morning, 3
We're
hours
going early.
before.
Early, yes.
You guys want to be earlier than 7, like 6, or because you know Victor has to start fighting the gauntlet at 10, which means he's probably going to get moved around 9 to the arena. So that's your time frame there. What is your guys' time frame?
Presumably
Might as
earlier
well
the
go.
better.
Yeah, so might as well go early as 6. No reason not to.
6 in the morning.
Hit the road as soon as possible, make as much distance. Yeah, everybody go to the bathroom, remember to, beforehand.
No, if not, you're in the water, right? Why is
Nature's back.
Why is it purple around me?
Boy, there's
Oh,
some
I have a
warm
problem.
currents going through here.
Okay, so you're teleporting into the open water.
Yep.
You
Right above where we need to go, basically.
you had done all your preparations, so there's no air chance. So, okay.
And Moves is gonna pull some of us there with water breathing with her shape, and then
I think I'll
Go
do.
over.
I think I'll do giant octopus. I can swim a lot faster, and I have more arms, so
Okay.
that
Okay.
gives me 60-foot swim speed.
Okay. So,
Or you're just holding us, we're like, ah!
Yep.
we are our paddles.
you teleport into the open water with the ability to, and you find yourself in the warm summer waters. It's about 6 a.m., so it's a little cool, but it's not, like freezing waters. It's still summer heat. The water still holds on to some of the warmth, especially since you are so close to the shore. You are about, I would say, about 600 yards off the shore from the docks. It is, you guys have pretty much just teleported into the water. There is no alarm at this point, right? You guys are far outside the city wards, and I'm not going to roll for anyone to see you because you're just some shapes that just bloop in the water real quick, right? So, yeah. You find yourselves in
You got water breathing, right?
It
10
is-
minutes float, quick.
It is 6 o'clock, and it is in the morning, and it is the open water, which is, for anyone who's been out towards the open water, it is dark. There is the dim lights of the morning city in the distance, but outside of that, there's not a lot of light. It's going to be about, it's going to start being dawn in about 30 minutes.
I have dark vision as an octopus.
Yeah,
For
and
what it's worth.
Yeah, I think most of everyone here has dark vision, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
you turn into an octopus. You are easily able to grab or holding onto a rope, pull, and pull people down to the water. Is
That way
that
at least we'll go faster.
Have arena swimming, you know. You don't need to do.
Well, if you want to swim on your own, that's fine.
You're getting pulled slightly.
Well, why
less
are you
than
dressed
the
like a
rest
high
of us.
school girl? I do not know. Okay, so you guys are easily able to pull down into the water. I'm not going to roll to make you find it. You guys have already scoped it out before. You find the what looks to be a man-made opening, a stone opening that is partially, it looks like it's been filled with rubble. At its entrance. It looks like a large opening into the water at about a 45-degree angle. This is the mouth that feeds the well itself. The rubble, easily enough, looks like large debris of coal that filter the water as it flows through.
You have stone shape prepared, so any moving of dirt, coal, whatever, to facilitate our entry, I can help with that.
Go ahead and cast Stone Shape. And roll me a spellcraft check, which would be a Arcana check.
First roll of the night, no pressure. Arcana, that's 17.
17.
Oh, before I forget, my importance. That's right. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well, I can fuck with someone if they attack us, but there's one good one there.
Okay. So, 17. PC without a check was 18, so I'm going to say there's a 70% chance of success. So, as long as this is not 30 and below, you are fine. Okay. It is. I grabbed the wrong die. Which one's the 10 die? Oh, one of them.
I'm gonna say it's 92 if you don't mind, sir.
Alright. Try again. 71. Alright, you are perfectly fine. So the rubble is cleared away. There is what looks to be a series of light metal meshes that are in the way that look like they were kind of holding on to them. Those are currently in your way. The rubble, all of these coal, a lot of coal has been pulled away, melded out, and now it's just open. But then there's like a series of many thin metal meshes. How do you guys want to get by that? Are you guys just cutting open, or?
Well,
Unless you've got a different idea.
well,
How big are the openings? Because if it's mesh, then
It's mesh. It's very thin. It's not quite chainmail, but it's a little bit bigger than chainmail. About like a dime.
Okay.
Look like it's probably made to keep like, and there's remnants of like. Actually, there's no remnants of like anything in there because the coal was there. But it looks like it's probably meant to get like anything that maybe get by the coal, maybe like thin
Fish.
worms, fish.
Do a guppy. Check what's ahead.
I mean, I could.
Yeah,
I could. I mean, there's legit like logic. I mean, I could do that. Just tiny fish and swim through. I mean, I could do that, but I don't. I don't know what good that would do us.
well, if we just 2 or so at a time go into my portable hole, and you
I could take us through.
shape with it, it fuse with you, right?
Yep. Should. So that's an idea. How much air is in there? It wouldn't take long. If you guys just hold your breath.
It's
jump
water.
Fill it up with
Yeah.
water. We
Yeah.
have water breathing. It's fine.
Oh, that's a good point.
It will be filled with water, but
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, as soon as you open it up underneath water.
yeah, it will be. All right, you can do that, and then I'll shape change and take you all through.
Well, there's no paintings in there. Oh
No.
Go- So many shoes. I can't drown in shoes, literally.
Yeah. If you want to do that, I
Yeah.
can do that. So the plan is
the
they're
less
gonna
sign of our entrance, the better.
open up this portable hole.
Mhm.
They're gonna get in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna shape out and shape back in into a small fish, and I'm gonna flit through, and then I'm gonna reshape out and pull people out. That's what I'm gonna do on the other side.
Love it.
Sounds perfectly good. No check necessary. You guys get through a series of. There's about 9 or 10 metal meshes
Okay.
that are staggered out throughout what is perceivably a well-made well-like entrance that goes at about a 45-degree angle. You guys are through. It does go through a 45-degree angle, then it goes up, and then it goes 45, and then goes up. It looks like a series of these that it does. As you do see there looks like there's some magical orbs, but the magical orbs that are kind of floating in here look like they're more like easily. You guys have enough Arcana. These look like they just purify out salt.
Ah, okay. That's
Not a trap.
I wondered how that happened.
So.
No,
That's
no.
what a trap would look
That's
like.
what a trap. That's what a trap would want us to think, that it's not a trap.
We might need one of those later to get rid of salt. I don't know.
So, you guys are able to make your way all the way through the mouth of the well into what is the bottom, right? So you guys get all the way to the bottom of the well at this point in time, and you look up. As you do, it's about, I would say, about 25 feet up, and then you see probably a ceiling. Or at least the mouth ends, and then there's a ceiling. So this is where the well is, which you know the well is kind of like in the middle of the jail, and that's kind of like an area that's kind of where they're able to get the fresh water into the castle of Rynair. So
So Ron,
At this point,
up through a well, so going
you guys are currently now in the dungeon level, referencing the map. Okay. Cool. Alright, you guys are in A5. You guys are currently inside the well itself. The scene is yours. Let me know what you do.
How far from the top of the well is the water line?
25 feet. 25 feet up, and then it crests.
Okay.
So you guys are at the bottom of the well, kind of just treading water at this point.
Let's see. Whatever that rally cry. I'll cast my rally cry so we can all psychically communicate with one another.
Okay, you cast Rally Cry. I'm cool with that. All of you now, I assume you're talking psychically unless you tell me otherwise.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you want me to climb up and see what's up there?
Yeah. You can
Go for it.
get up there and stealthily check out what's what.
Okay. I'm gonna pick one of you, and probably you at this point. Swim over to you, because I'm going to have to go from octopus to human form to spider form, and I need to not be in the water when I go spider form.
Fair enough.
So I'll like hang on and do all that shifts, and then have you put me up on the wall, and then I will spider climb up to the top to take a peek,
All
and
right.
look around.
Time limit, remember.
Oh, what now?
Animorphs.
Oh yeah, 2-hour time limit. Yeah. God.
Okay. So you spider climb all the way to the top of the well. The bucket is at the top of this well as well.
Okay.
The well has, it isn't a covered well. It just has like a simple,
Mhm.
like arch over it, and then the bucket can be rolled down and up.
Okay.
As you-
I'm staying on the wall, so like I'm tiny, so I'm staying on the wall, and I am just trying to get like as close, like, and so I'd be listening and
Mhm.
watching and whatnot, just to make sure, looking for movement, just because I'm not just gonna come jumping out. I'm looking,
Okay.
trying to pay attention.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Ooh, that's really good. 28.
Okay. 28. The circular chamber has a 60-foot high ceiling supported by a 4 huge greenish gray pillars that surround the well itself in this chamber. Part of the southeast wall has collapsed, leaving 1/4 of the floor space covered by 10-foot high pile of rubble. On the other side, you see at least, it looks like you see a large, long desk or table, right, that has about 12 buckets on top of it, and then a few below. Looks like they're not filled with water. They look like kind of like a bucket holding station, right? Maybe as they you assume fill in water and probably distribute it across like the dungeon or maybe the upper area,
Okay.
you know. But with you said 24?
28.
With a 28 perception check, there is something very strange here. It is a 60-foot high, tall, circular vaulted ceiling, and as you look up, you see that about 30 feet up above the doorways is a thick mesh of webbing.
Mhm.
Not a little bit of webbing, a lot of thick webbing. And you see large bundles of humanoid humanoid-shaped bundles that have been spun up in the ceiling. Additionally, you see 4 creatures in the webbing themselves. They currently appear to be sleeping or nocturnal. You do notice also throughout this chamber there are small spindles of webs, very even smaller. Other spiders as well seem to have strewn them, and they seem to go crisscross across each of the 3 different entrances out of here, as if you'd walked across them, you might break them and the reverberation might go up. I need you to roll me a nature check.
That would hope.
Yeah. So that's going to be a 24.
24. You have heard of arena before. These are
How do you spell it? Arena.
arena. An arena is spelled
It doesn't matter. If it's
Aranea. They are like a centaur, but spider-like.
Nice. Is the
They're
spider
also
the top half?
No,
Horse spider.
but humanoid,
Mhm.
but also extremely psychic,
Oh no.
mind controlling.
Oh no.
We've dealt with them before.
Additionally, below,
They're probably not trying to listen to us.
I need you. How high of a perception check?
I have a plus 11. What do you want? Do you want my passive?
No. I just need to know what you rolled before. I'm
Oh,
just trying to-
28.
28. With a 28,
Mhm.
with a perception,
Mhm.
you see that there are large footprints down below, and you look over to your right where there's that collapsed wall, and you look again. I need you to no. You rolled a 28. I'm going to give it to you. Arena have a favorite slave, Umber Hulks.
Oh, God.
There are
Yay.
3 Umber Hulks that are sleeping in the rubble. And you think the rubble was caused from them digging around past the block. That's why the walls partially collapsed and it looks like something had dug. Because they can dig through dirt and just kind of burrow. And it looks like they had kind of, there are 3 sleeping Umber Hulks that are down there. So there are 4 arena above you, 3 sleeping Umber Hulks, which seems strange that they would be in these dungeon levels, which normally would have guards. With that 28, additionally, with 28, I'm going to give it to you. The 5 or 6 bodies that are in there, you see like a halberd wrapped up in them. These were at one time probably guards.
Okay. Let me just finish writing. Okay. So, there's a few things going on up here. So, very large webs, everywhere. There are 4 arenas up here. Arenas up here. That's part of it. I would assume that they have moved in and captured the guards because they have some things up in their web that look like they have been at one point guards down here. On top of that, there are 3 sleeping Umber Hulks in this rubble that is up here. So we have things. The Aranians are sleeping at the moment. So are the Umber Hulks. Everything's asleep at the moment. Have that going for us. Yeah, we have some things going on up here.
Almost makes you feel nostalgic running into these again.
Yes. And they And if they're related to the survivors from Ireland Dread, we didn't clear out.
Well, they've done some of our work for us.
Well, I wonder, are they pests that infested this keep, or did the Coven bring them in to beef up security?
Would the Coven care if there were some guards down here that got eaten in the hall? No, they wouldn't. So it could be either. Could be both.
Either way, you say they're apparently asleep. We should probably avoid fighting if we can possibly sneak by for now.
They have several alarm webs in place that if we disrupt, they're near the entrances, so if we disrupt them, would be a problem for us. It could wake them up. We could try and sneak out of here.
Those are the guards. Is there any sign of the prisoners?
I don't think so.
All the ones wrapped up above there look like they were guards.
Yeah, everything that's in the webbing above us has halberds and whatnot, you know, and armor shapes. Maybe some
Yeah.
armor shapes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see parts of the armor sticking out of their cocoons. So I don't think these are prisoners. I think these were all guards.
Looking at, presumably we're at the water level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there just stuff in the water? Like it hasn't been used?
Roll me an investigation check with advantage.
Is algae?
14.
I think that came from a number.
14.
I'd have to look at it, taste it.
One thing stuck out. She said there was a lot of empty buckets,
Yes.
right? Like,
Yeah.
but normally you wouldn't have that many empty buckets. Like they'd be full, right? Like people would have been using them, dispersing water. Additionally, with a 14, normally with a well that is often used a lot, right? There's not a lot of like an algae buildup around it because the bucket's constantly going down, pulling up. There's a lot of scrapage, right? It looks like the beginnings of like a foam layer of algae has begun to fester around the circle of here, as if this well hasn't been used in months, maybe longer.
Well, what options do we have for sneaking past here? I can be small and spindly, but I don't know about the rest of you.
Well, I can just be as loud as hell.
Let's try not to do that.
But good to know.
Yes.
Prepare any abilities.
Tony, are there any other? You said other little spiders have made webs here.
Yeah, there's a lot of little spiders that you saw that were like making webs, but the webs seem to be like attached to the ones up and down there. You know, arenas are psychic, and they can create kind of like spider hive minds that kind of work for them.
Okay. Yeah. If I'm discovered, they'll know like immediately. Like I can't blend in. That's what I'm aiming was trying to see. If they're hive mind connected, then they'll know that I'm a druid. No.
Or at least an outsider spider.
Yeah, I'm definitely an outsider.
They'll try to
spider.
get you connected.
Yes, they'll try to plug me in to the.
Ah, there, city spider. I'm a country spider. I don't see you from home here.
You don't see you from around these parts.
I don't want to be plugged into the matrix, please. Please no.
So with what she can see, does anything look like cells at all that might?
No, this one is once again, Smoot does have the choice of knowing two different levels, right? He hadn't told me which one he wants yet, so I assume that's open to the group as well. But you would know that the well is in the center of the dungeon, there are 3 different entrances that come from here, right? But the well isn't like directly in front of cells.
Centralized. Okay.
And without knowing the map, you're not quite sure where the cells are. The dungeon could be large. Probably.
I think there's a lot of benefit in knowing this level that we're coming in on.
I would think at least, the dungeon level where we're coming in,
We would want to know this
Especially
level.
while we're trying to be quiet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because once the horn gets blown on us, then But we're gonna want to try to stay unseen as long as humanly possible.
Yeah, well, and I have my Magnificent Mansion spell prepared, which lasts for 24 hours. So, I think, if not on this level, somewhere we can find somewhere that we can cast it, pocket space. If
Rest.
shit gets real, or we need to rest for the day, we can retreat there, and it's that much harder for them to find us.
That's good.
Okay. So,
If we're given the option to make use of Smoot's knowledge, since Neil is not here, then I think as a group we agree we want to know at least this level. Correct?
okay. So, this level.
I want so much knowledge of fish tacos.
So there are in total there are quite a few rooms in down here. This is the very center. So these 3 entrances. One of them, the one that is past the rubble and to the right, that one is the stairway leading up, right? So that's the way to get to the next level, the floor level there. It's not the only way either. There are 2 other ways to get from the next floor up, down here, or vice versa, back up. But the forward and to the right is the most immediate. The other 2, the one that goes south, that one leads towards... I gotta start reading this now. I can actually... Let me see. Do I have a map I can give you guys? Okay. Okay. So this is going to be perfect. It's going to be very tiny. I apologize. Okay, you are currently here. This is where the well is. This is the stairs that lead up to the next floor, right? So remember I said there's 3 different entrances. This one goes up. This one down here. This one down here leads towards some stables. Some underground stables, as well as kind of like a small farm, right? In case the place is besieged, where they have animals, livestock, and there is a family tomb over here. If you go up, though, there are cells here, 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 and here. These are all cells. These are all kind of like large open areas, which do double as family catacombs, right? So like small little mausoleums, if somebody's burned, so like nobles, right? This right here is and here is our vaults, right? So the Corvosan vaults are kept in 2 different areas there. This is probably more of a guard station, as well as these 2 areas also act as guard stations as well. So all these small areas right here, each of these are different prisoner cells. These 2 are vaults, underground farm, tomb, and there you go. So that is this area in general. And this is stairs leading up. These are stairs leading up, and this is a collapsed passageway. So sorry, there's 2 ways to get down here.
the cells or try our hand at something like the vaults first? Dungeons are probably better. Doesn't solve the problem of getting out of here, though.
Well, at least if we have an idea of which route we're going to take, we can focus a little bit more on what we may have to get by. So, do we want to go toward Tony or toward Cassie?
I think we need to go check. I mean, I don't think that there's anybody alive on this floor with these guys here.
Yeah,
We can definitely go walk around and look. I think there's some value in going and looking. There might be some useful items and things in those areas, but I think really we just pick one and it all leads around, right? So whatever does one door look more feasible to sneak through than another? Like, is there, like, how hard is it going to be for us to get around this webbing that's like,
You think
Dangling.
you think it would be probably a I would say an acrobatics check, or I would allow also a sleight of hand. Each of those would work.
Arcane Gate. I have Arcane Gate. I can put a gate on the other side of the webs.
Additionally, you could just arcane gate and just bypass that entire trapped area. They are currently asleep. The Umber Hulks and the Arenas have not been awoken.
Where are the Umber Hulks from?
So
yeah, where's that rubber?
the rubble is like right here. It's kind of like they're both brown, so like right here.
Okay.
And it's right near the entrance, right? So the entrance, this would be go back up. So this is it. So you could either go past here or here. This way would probably be the one that would take you the furthest away. Both of them lead you into this hall area.
I'm just wondering how many other beast guards there may or not be. These are all the arena, or if there are others nested in the other bigger room.
So those threads you said that were around and would alarm them, were those tight knit together? Or
I mean,
Was it like a single tripwire kind of thing?
It's like a couple, right? It's like a zigzag pattern. You can get through it, but it would be kind of like an acrobatics check,
Okay.
like just being dexterous enough to just get through. If you were a large-sized creature, I would say not possible. But as long as you're like a medium, it's fine. If you were small, I'd probably even make it a lower DC.
I say I'm gonna be tiny.
You probably wouldn't even need a check because you could just,
I'm just gonna do it.
you know. Additionally, there are other means. I assume.
gonna do
probably.
some more scouting, I guess. I will cast a Arcane Eye and send it up to go looking around. Specifically, I want to leave the spiders and just kind of look around more of the floor.
Okay. Where do you want to send it?
To the left, if that's not a shut door there blocking it, like around, like I'm.
Yeah, these are all
This way?
open.
Yeah.
Appears
Okay.
to be so
So
far.
yeah.
So over here.
More towards you.
Oh, so down here.
Yeah.
And what do you want to set down over here
And
or over here?
kind of left, looking towards where the
They-
cells
And
expect
you
to
want
be.
to go to this, check out these cell blocks.
Yeah.
All right.
That area.
So you would.
Not all the way into the cells yet. I'm just looking to find anything else outside of this room that's not.
Okay.
Or, yeah, see if it's more spiders, more whatever.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds perfectly fine. I will give you advantage with the Arcane Eye to avoid hitting a spider tripwire,
Okay.
and it'll be a lower DC.
It's 1 inch. It better not be too hard.
It's not going to be too hard. Just yours floats instead of like, you know.
What do I even roll for this?
It'd be acrobatics.
My
would be fine.
acrobatics?
Yeah,
all
what
the
does
way,
an arcane
or-
eye need to roll? What does it
It
stats?
actually has physical matter.
Oh, nice.
So
It's
it
a
act-
1 inch diameter of a eyeball.
Oh, it's a
invisible and
1
floating.
inch?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
tiny?
It's tiny. It's a 1 inch floating one, right? But it's a floating eye that you're kind of just doing this with.
Yeah,
You know.
that's cool.
It's like the level
Yeah,
of the
what-
video game where you have a hover
what stat
jetpack
would
and you
it
have to
have?
land on the platform.
That's what he's not sure what to
Oh,
roll.
he controls it, so his acrobatics
Just
Oh,
uses
it's
my
okay.
or sleight of
Alright,
hand,
That's nice.
which is not going to be hard for him.
Remember, inverted
You said
controls.
what? Sleight of hand?
Sleight of
If
hand
that's
was
better.
also because you're kind of like you're grabbing the eye and you're just moving it around.
That's
Alright, 38.
38.
Sorry, I lied. 28.
Oh, well, the DC was 30.
Yeah.
You're fine. The DC was 10, so
Oh, that's good.
yeah. Okay, so you're able to get the eye past. The eye goes down here. Okay, so you want to send it down and over and up, right?
Well, kind of around that way again. You know, if I see something, then we'll see where I'm at. But
Immediately as you go down and you hit this open area, you do see a couple Corvosan guards, right?
Valorian.
Hmm?
Valorian.
Sorry, Jesus.
they brought in their own private army.
No,
Valorian.
Valorian. Sorry,
Player
wrong-
merging.
wrong game. Who this? Valor. You see two Valorian guards. Roll me an investigation check. DC, I would say, is probably 13.
Nice. I got a 14.
Oh,
I was hoping you wouldn't say 15. So
there we go. It's because it seems to be obvious. So two guards stand there, but they seem off. Their eyes are just kind of glazed over.
are they part of the spider hive mind?
Something worse. Each of them has a very interesting scar that runs along the top of their head that runs over. From the front all the way up.
What does that mean?
Aboleths. We've dealt with aboleths before, and they're brain babies.
Again, it's so nostalgic here. For our earliest.
It's the end of the
adventures.
campaign. It's circling back around. It's like
Which-
poetry. It rhymes.
Which seems strange to you because first, Arena, escaped enemies you hadn't dealt with, and now Phalaxarus? Is he here? Why is he here? Another enemy. Once is a happenstance, two's starting to form a pattern.
All of our enemies.
It's
like,
the Isle
it's like a
of.
fucking convention.
It's at least the Isle of Dread reunion or something.
If the next room somehow has a dragon turtle in it, I swear to God.
With no skull. it's just skin.
Just two eyeball stalks up. Just...
But they seem to be there. They do seem to be paying attention, but you don't think there's not a lot's going on. Not a lot's upstairs. These guys have been lobotomized.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Relay that to you. And keep proceeding forward, I guess. Up and in the corner of the ceiling to make it as unnoticeable as it can.
Sounds good. So you are going this way and you go up. All right, and you're starting to look in cells.
Yep. I won't
Okay.
cross through any bars or anything like that, though.
First cell you come across, there is a young woman, very well dressed, except for she looks like she's been wearing it for maybe like a month in a dirty cell. There is a straw bed, and she just seems to be like laying on the straw bed, looking forward. And in the room itself is a bloody axe that is that it looks like it's been embedded into a large beheading block. It is bloodied and looks like it's in there. Huge axe. And it's just kind of sitting there directly across from her. That's what seems to be in the first cell.
Alright, keep poking.
Second cell you come across, there is what looks to be this cell looks like it has a nice rug in it, a fine bed. It has a standing desk with a mirror. Looks like there's some fine dining in the corner.
Does it look like the cell where his wife was?
Does your eye does your witch's eye transfer through the
No.
eye?
It just has normal
So,
and dark vision.
beautiful desk. It looks like there's a wonderful banquet that's kind of set out with a lot of food. It looks like there's kind of like a powdered, lots of fine clothes are set out as well. This looks like it's a room that you would see in a palace, right? The walls look like they've been papered over. It doesn't even look like you wouldn't even think, you think this would be like upstairs in the royal chamber. It's not even, a prisoner cell. It's well lit as well by candlelight. And there is a gentleman who looks like he's mostly just wearing the remnants of. So knights, when they wear full plate, would wear like thick padded clothing over, just so like it doesn't chafe. You've seen Smoot when he takes off his armor. Normally has like a thick, almost looks like he's wearing a sweater underneath, right? That just kind of padded clothing. The man looks like he's wearing that. He has long blondish hair. Doesn't look like he's bathed in a while, but very well kept. And you can tell this, he looks regal without having to look at it. Like this is a person whose fingers are well manicured, right? Probably is some lord somewhere, someplace. Since you've done the espionage before, you recognize Prince Caspian of Barovia. And he seems to be sitting up in his bed. And he just kind of seems to be looking at the food very hungrily, but not partaking. It looks like somebody set out a last meal for him.
Are there any guards in this section of the hallway, by the way?
On either end, there is one guard. There's one guard here, and there's one guard here. Each guard, it looks like they're kind of standing. This guard is kind of sitting against the wall, looking as if he can turn his head and look either direction. And this guard is just kind of standing here at a desk, but he's standing at the desk, not sitting in the chair at the desk. His eyes again glazed over. It's like someone told him to look here, but they didn't tell him to sit down. So he hasn't taken the initiative because he probably can only do what he's,
Like he's missing that part of his cortex.
yeah, like he's been given a simple set of instructions, and that's all he understands.
Not to come into the room, even if you come and get him.
That's what you see so far with that one.
Should I keep looking, or do you want to?
I keep
moving
Yeah.
forward?
that's-
Okay.
yes.
All right, then keep poking ahead. Next one.
Next one. Next one, you see Victor Ovolovich. He's right there. He is. There is a. Looks like there is a wooden dummy that's been set up, and he has a wooden sword. The wooden dummy itself does look like it has human flesh that's been put over the head, and you can't tell who it is, but you think Victor knows who it is.
Someone he didn't like, hopefully.
And he's just kind of, he is currently, you think he's probably fallen asleep in the corner. So he's just kind of sitting in the corner, kind of nodded off. There's like a practice sword leaning against the wall. It looks like they've given him a practice dummy to warm up with. But horrifically, it's probably somebody's that he know has been flayed and their skin was put on it.
Okay. Keep moving.
Keep moving.
Explaining that one in less explicit detail.
This one right here, this one just looks like it has a bunch of people in it. There's each one has had one person in it. This one has about 12 people that have been crammed together. None of these people look like they're Barovians. All of these people look like they are, it looks like they are Rainier in some way. Rainier-blooded people. But they're like 12 people all crammed together. It seems to be a mix of maybe nobles and maybe some mercenaries and people like that. So this seems to be a common cell. where there's just a bunch of people. There is, of course, here and here. I forgot to mention. Either end of this has a giant locked cell gate, but your eye can just kind of float past it. So bars. It's barred both here at the end and here at the other end as well. At
And
either
each one
end.
of the cells, I'm assuming, also have
Each
bars on
each has bars as well, but these are more traditional like jailhouse bars, right? Where it's just kind of like a gate that would open and close. Obviously, it's not a rolling across, but it's more like an open gate kind of thing. The guard here, the guard on this side looks like he had keys, and the guard on this side looked like he had keys.
Caspian cell has a minibar.
Yeah, probably.
If you want to drink all day, you gotta start early.
Yeah.
And bother trying to replace them afterwards. The bottles are too small to be replaced.
I think that was most of the way.
Yeah, before that first big room there.
Yeah. Well, avoid that for now. But since it's not like it blinds me while it's there, I'm gonna have it hang out near the prison cells for now. Probably near Barovich. Well, actually, what was his name?
Victor Volovich?
Yes. There we
Victor,
go.
this last cell right here.
Yeah.
You haven't found Smoot's wife yet, though.
Oh, no.
She does not seem to be in any of these. Of course, you do know that there are prison cells here, here, and here.
That's right. We were talking to crew member Marcus about disguising himself and maybe other people as Smoot to like
That's right.
run distraction in this
Yeah, our
area.
B team was gonna be running distraction.
Yeah, earlier this morning, there's going to be a lot of people just running around as Smoots.
And if our early part goes correctly with Caspian / Victor, then we're supposed to send Victor off to like the slave markets and basically start another kerfuffle there,
Yes.
along with Wagon and I think a couple others.
Yeah.
And then Caspian, we just want to send home right away. We're just out of here.
Possible. There's Caspian and there's the other prince too.
Yeah,
It's
And so far, you haven't seen the
little boy,
prince,
right?
and he doesn't seem to
Yeah.
be in this one.
Prince Hortensia. I believe.
Hortensia, yeah.
So you haven't found Prince Hortensia yet as well.
As good as that is, there's really no information for getting out of here.
There's stairs right there.
Yeah,
Nice.
we got the stairs going up.
I mean, us leaving this room,
Well,
especially with those Aboleth guards everywhere. Well, Aboleth possessed guards.
Yeah.
if you finish the loop, we can see if this other direction has the same guards.
Yep.
Or come back and go the other way.
Yeah. Alright, yeah. We're gonna go through the main room. Whatever. See what happens.
Moving the eye.
Yeah, the eye.
Yeah.
Actually, we just climb out of the well,
Yeah.
noisy as possible, and
Just-
stroll confidently.
Okay. All right, here we go. Wait, I thought you said Captain. Ah, no.
So you send the eye through here. Okay, cool. And okay, sure. And you just floating it through the middle, or what?
Round the bottom, like towards you, and then up.
So you're trying to be stealthy with the eye.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check with the eye.
19.
19. Okay.
I assume my armor still gives my eye disadvantage. With however this works for that. not-
No, because your eye doesn't. have disadvantage.
Okay. Since it was using my stats. Okay, fine. Then it's,
Floating eye has a
It would
tiny
use your
suit of armor.
stats, but it wouldn't have the disadvantage because you're not. It doesn't have
okay,
the
it's
armor.
24 then instead.
24.
Ah, good.
Okay, so 24. Okay, that helps. Okay. You see through here. There over here. You see on this side. You see. two gentlemen over here, and they just seem to be. They look like they are maybe some kind of like nobles, right? Except they look beefier than normal. Like they look like they might be like generals or something like that. Each one of them wears Barovian sigils, and they roll me an investigation check.
And these are in the cell.
These ones are in the cell. They look like maybe Barovian generals or warriors, something like that. Maybe some kind of nobles or
My
knights.
strong suit. 4.
4. Yeah, probably like some kind of Barovian nobles or
Yep, them
knights.
people.
Nothing else
Them
of
people.
note.
To
But
be
they do
fair,
look
how
like
am
they
I
might-
supposed to be able to tell them?
They look like they might be martial and they might be able to help you.
One is Vlad, the other is Vlad.
I am Vlad. He is Vlad.
Blood and
No,
blood.
but yeah, it looks like some Barovian knights, heavy-looking dudes. They don't look too beat up. They look like might be able to help you. On the other side, over here, you see Smoot's wife again in what looks like another beautiful, absolutely gorgeous room. This looks like this could be upstairs, right? Except for it is like looking through a dungeon. It even has a candelabra, right?
I'm
hanging
picturing
from
a
it.
window that's painted to look like it has sunlight in it.
You know, I love it. Yes, also. And she's there currently just kind of combing her hair, looking in the mirror, and just kind of then goes back to combing her hair,
Oh, the hag's never met Smoot's wife.
kind of humming to herself.
Someday my prince will come.
Someday
Presumably that's the hag, so we're gonna keep moving. It's not loitering around there. Let's go.
Okay. Did you get in your stealth again?
24.
24.
Were there any guards in this room?
An absolute lack of guards.
That's helpful.
In
Yep,
this room.
that's probably a good thing.
Very
Yeah.
shocking.
This actually has a solid wooden door. This one does.
So
Ah,
between the two big rooms.
Between the two. There is a keyhole, but it's not big enough for the eye to go through.
Yeah.
Right.
Go back the long.
back around.
So I'm curious, is Smoot's wife in there is that just an illusion cast by the hag, or is that one of the hags maybe lying in wait to ambush us?
I think that option.
'Cause
That's where I would lean to.
if that's what then we could start pruning the coven right down here.
Whatever you guys want to do. I'm down for whatever.
Just mulling our options.
Mulling
Psychically.
options. I love that. Yeah. I got
All
it.
the way back around.
All the way back around,
And
like a
at this point, I
peasant.
might as well take a detour towards the family tomb.
Yeah, check out the barn and the
Go
two.
down here. A bunch of animals, like an obscene amount of pigs.
It's a good
Right.
thing it's an eye and not a nose.
But it's like remember you ever seen like Welcome to the Thunderdome?
Nope.
Right, that okay. Anyway, there's a lot of pigs who are just kind of here. If you weren't able to float above it, you wouldn't be able to get to the other door. So there's stairs leading down, and you can hear the pigs kind of snorting and wallowing. The eye can't smell, so you don't have to worry about that. And it's just absolutely filled with pigs and standing on hay. And there's maybe like 60 pigs in this room.
What's keeping those pigs in there?
There seems to be some stairs leading down, and there's a small metal pen that looks like it can release on either side.
I want to cause chaos.
That's a good point.
We set the pigs loose.
Yep.
I'm just like.
Assuming these are just pigs and
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
transmogrified prisoners.
They're all people that have been true polymorphs.
That would figure.
I really, so far, have been very impressed with our tour of the castle. I like their style.
Over here, there is stairs leading up. Another, once again, a grate looks like, but nothing really hard to get past. As you get over to here, There is a gigantic stone door. The stone door has obvious runes on it that glow. 4 runes, 2 at the bottom, 2 in the mid, and a singular looks like it's a seal of the royal family that's here, and this is a burial tomb. It looks like where you would put the dead of the royal family. So each of them are kind of entombed here.
Are those runes a thing I can read?
You
I can
would,
read any language, but I don't know if this like counts in the.
you could definitely read the runes. They are magical seals, right? They prevent people from being able to like. One prevents teleportation past it. Another one acts like a wall of force. Another one acts like some kind of a rune that recognizes if somebody of the blood is by to not trigger the others. And another one looks like it is some kind of it'll give off like a magical forceful pulse that may probably shoot a beam down the aisle, right? Probably blast anybody nearby, kind of like a cone of cold, but who knows what element it might shoot out. That's kind of like a trap if you were able to like maybe dispel one of them. It would go off, right? So it looks like all 4 would have to be dispelled at once, or at least 3 of them would, to not set off the alarm. Probably you're guessing all 4 to get past. Definitely doable. Probably dispel magic, but you'd have to like get all 4 at once to like get past, or have a key, or have somebody of royal blood.
Like the child.
Yeah.
If we want to actually go.
Yeah, just knowing it's there, right?
I mean, you know, it's we're in a dungeon. It's options.
Plus, then we have to go through all the pigs.
As you
Yeah.
were going through the pig pens, give me another investigation check. DC 14 on this one.
No. I got a 1, in fact.
You know
For
what?
a total of
There's
3.
so many pigs, and it's so dark, and you're like, just get past the pigs.
It's only regular dark vision, not my devil sight. It's so dim.
Yeah.
It's so dim.
How do these peasants even see with regular dark vision?
I mean, really.
Ugh.
Outside of that, there's no way past this unless you're able to get past it.
Yeah.
It's not unforeseeable. I think everyone here probably has access to dispel magic. I think there literally are 4 of you that have access to it.
You're just
So
be like, hey, dispel 3 of those marks, and then it'll open. Don't worry about the 4th.
Okay, go back through the pigs.
yeah, Smoot has dispel magic
Bear
too.
around
so
and
like
such.
that.
Keep going up past instead of where I turned the first time out. Yeah, keep
Here,
going.
obvious large metal vault, magically sealed, but you could probably get past it. You do notice on either side of it there is a stone golem that will more than likely activate if the door is opened and you don't have like the key. The hallway is completely open this way, so you could go through here. There is not a door. As you go up in here towards this open area, roll me a stealth check. Obviously, no disadvantage
Yeah.
since you're just a floating eye.
29.
29. Awesome.
You are a solid snake.
Yeah, dude.
There
Expertise.
is there are at least 8 guards, all of them sitting at tables, kind of staring at each other. They all have dinner plates in front of them, but there's nothing on it, and they're all holding forks and spoons, each with a cut above their head.
Nice.
How fresh do the cuts look?
Roll me a medicine.
Guess it's good bad. 4.
Alright. Yep, those are cuts.
No idea.
I'm pretty sure they're cuts.
But yeah, they
might have
all
just
Like,
They're
are
all
they
sauce
still
on their
bloody,
heads.
or have they like scabbed over?
with a 4. He has no idea.
What the
Yeah.
That's
fuck?
clearly why they're not eating, is because
Someone
they're
didn't go to
so
medical
embarrassed that they
school.
have sauce
he just
on their
cuts,
face.
he just puts holes
Can
in people.
he? Okay, so we're connected with like a hive mind. Can he project images?
Can you with the spell, or is it just
Is it
It's
just
just
speech?
communicating.
It's just
Okay.
communication.
Damn. I tried.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did my best.
You could do a detect thoughts and peek into his brain.
Why not? I'm gonna detect thoughts on
If you want
you.
to blow it and
I'm
go
gonna-
for it.
I get it. I just get. I
Yeah.
get. Like that's one of the things
Yeah.
that I get. So
If you blow the detect thoughts, no roll necessary. I'll let you roll the medicine check.
So, yeah, I have it a couple times. So,
Cool.
yep, I will. I'm gonna roll the medicine. 12. I rolled a 1.
You rolled up.
Feel shown.
Would you like to roll up 6
I
instead?
would love to. That'd give me a 6. That'd give me 17.
17. Yes. Several of them, at least 3 of them, are fairly fresh. Actually, all of them here are fairly fresh. They're not like fresh. Some of them are maybe a week old and it's starting to heal. But it looks like they're sitting there, and one of them still has fresh bandages over their head. That's still a little bloody. The other thing that kind of makes sense to you now is there are 2 pigs sitting on this far side over here with their heads cut open, but their brains are missing.
Oh.
Probably look at those other pigs closer.
Looking closer at that, what was the total that you got?
I think if they killed us with a horde of 100 Aboleth pigs.
What was the total you got? on that?
17.
17. Make me another medicine check. Actually, an investigation to go on. So this
Okay.
is more
Just
deduction.
campaign
Okay,
over.
so I need to do investigation first.
An investigation.
Okay.
An investigation based off your medicine roll.
Okay, so that'd be a 21.
21. So with a 21,
Mhm.
you think that the guards, as odd as it is, they are taking pig brains and they were replacing the guard brains with pig brains and then pre-programming the pigs. This means 2 things. 1, it makes them a lot easier to control, probably for long periods of time, right? Because beast minds are much easier to mold.
Even I can do that.
Right. 2, these guards could probably be controlled with like things like control beasts.
Oh my god! I
Those are
literally
big
have
brains.
beast control bracers. Like, oh my god.
You don't have to yell over the psychic link.
Very sorry.
How do I cover
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It doesn't help.
The eye like hits into a wall for a second and I'm startled.
Spins around.
It's my handlers, not my bracers.
The third thing that that kind of pokes out at you is there's a pig that has a bunch of scarring above its head. You think that they're taking the human brains and putting them back in pigs. And that it's possible that these pens being overloaded is for a different purpose. That at least 80 guards have had their brains replaced with pig brains.
You're taking away my fun.
I'm sorry.
Second thing you notice with the eye, obviously another vault here, 2 golems, right? Again. This one, unlike being kind of like a silver sheen, has like a golden sheen to it, right?
First place.
That makes it better.
Yeah.
The second thing is in this little alcove right here. Looks like a very familiar looking surgical table and surgical outlet. And you see with your eye what looks to be some kind of surgeon. A large man with kind of like long whitish hair who seems to be furiously working on a guard's head and seems to be in the process of replacing the human brain with a pig brain and then the pig brain with a human brain. It kind of has the 2 tables side by side It's just really weird how like his arm kind of bends as he kind of looks around and then does something, and then his other arm kind of does this, and like they're kind of stretched out in like long directions. Like, how is he able to do that without looking at either side? It's kind of
Right.
weird.
Didn't we? I feel like when we were in the fire giants caves, remember we were going like down there, we came across a similar thing. I wonder if it's the same. Someone who was doing like surgery kind of stuff. I don't know if it's the same. But my memory feed, if he describes this, would I be able to tell if it's
You've seen Phalaxris at work before.
I don't think that was fire giants.
And yeah, there were fire giants. There were stone giants. There's 2 stone giants. But,
Yes, because this was all in that spot.
You're pretty certain at this point you're looking at what is some kind of illusionary projection. The eye can't see through illusions. You might be looking at the Aboleth doing his work, disguised as a human through illusions, because you can't see through them with your witch's sight with the eye, the arcane eye. You're not there. Since you have the Eidetic memory feat, I'll give you that. The arm bending is probably the illusion really working overtime because Aboleths have long tentacles.
I thought we killed that aboleth.
Nope. He disappeared, remember, in the fight.
It's been 3 years, Tony. I
Yeah,
don't remember.
that was when you fought last time you ran into him.
The Tyranns.
You were
No, not that.
No, different aboleth.
Oh,
I think this is before.
That's
each
a
one.
mind
okay.
flare.
Yeah.
They're a
this
separate
Aboleth.
It's
The
actually
last
your
time you
mortal
fought
enemy.
while
Oh,
you were
okay.
killing your ex, right? And he was on the other side at the top, and he disappeared. He teleported away. Before you guys could get to it.
Okay.
I guess I did forget him being up there.
I didn't.
Next, we're gonna
I'm
find
gonna use
Razzie
the-
the rat reanimated as a zombie. And yeah,
I'm going to use the bathroom, and I'll let you guys discuss whatever it is you want to do next. At this point, you've explored the entirety of the dungeon. You see some stuff here. You found some prisoners, and definitely there's a lot going on down here. And an odd assortment of your villains has seemed to have been brought here. So I'm going to use the bathroom,
We've
and
been
you
preparing
guys,
for a
you
while.
guys discuss.
it's the episode where they reused all the old monster costumes and had them all fight at the same time, and now they've been risen by the dead from the new grave rising monster, whatever.
So if we kill the aboleth, do all of the other? Do they lose? Does he lose?
They
control?
die, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
Anything that had.
I think
Wait,
yeah,
no, tadpoles is separate from.
yeah, this would be
No.
This is different from
Thinking mind flayer things.
yeah.
I think. Because they put it in.
You're talking Ceramorphous.
Hmm?
The tadpole.
Yeah, that's the mind flayer one. This one, I think the aboleth just like eats the whole.
Yeah,
It makes
they
baby
just,
aboleths that
yeah,
eat
they
the
planted
whole brain.
aboleths in their brains and then eventually just kind of took them over.
Yeah.
So if we kill this aboleth, it just basically stops him from making more. But the other, well, but they've got.
Yeah, they don't have aboleths; they have pig brains instead.
So you can control the guards though,
Potentially.
without moral strife. Because the guards are just the pig brains.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, in both rooms, there's potentially something. In both big rooms, there's something very bad. We've got potentially the hag in one, and the aboleth in the other.
Yeah.
And
Phyrexis, that's right.
and presumably, once we start making noise in one, the other
Episode
one is
87. That's how long ago it was. We were saving,
man.
rescuing Reyna from that prison tower.
I've already said I really did not remember him being there at all.
I vaguely remember, yeah.
I think I was mixing him up with like a beholder or something, honestly.
We
'Cause I
did
was-
fight several aboleths also over the course of this campaign.
I was thinking of the one where I
There's
killed
the
the
Kraken
dwarf
aboleth
with a
and the-
cone of cold
yeah,
at one
yeah,
point
yeah.
that it like mind controlled me for that moment, and so I turned around and murdered the dwarf.
Yeah.
that we had for like one episode.
Yeah, his first, but our shortest serving crew member ever.
Heart still goes out to Cleanse. First party death, eaten by sharks.
Yes.
A horrible fate for a water genasi.
So do we think Aboleth or Hag would be the better, or I mean either, I guess. We don't really have to go for either. We could.
Once you choose one, the other one's definitely going to know.
Yeah.
As much as I don't like Praxis, for as much as I remember him, I would suggest that going for the Hag first is probably the better choice.
Especially,
I suspect there's more to
if you
gain
can,
there.
if you can control.
I have two things I can do. I have Dominate Beast, but I also have the Beast Queller antlers, which will make attacking us tougher. They have to make will saves before they're able to actually make an attack.
You and your allies, man.
It's who I choose.
Oh,
So
that's pretty cool.
so at the very least, if we get ambushed by them, I can mitigate some of that. At least give them a check, and I don't know how good.
I wouldn't imagine a very good.
And my save is pretty significant, so there's that. But I also have the spell Dominate Beast, which I could potentially use. But again, it's going to be single target, and if we get flooded with them, there's not a lot I'll be able to do. So.
And I assume you're gonna want to stop and speak to some of those pigs and see how alive anyone inside is.
Because I can speak with animals, but if they're people, and I've got telepathy, I can talk to anybody. So I mean, I can give it a shot if you want me
Humans
to.
are animals.
Here's-
too.
I don't want you to. I assume that you would want to.
No, and I'll tell you why. Because what we're dealing with is a far bigger problem than a bunch of guards in a bunch of pigs. We've got to take care of the big problem before we can help anybody else. So if we feel like there's any value to the mission overall, to us going over there and talking to these people and maybe getting some information out of some of the people brain that's inside of there, then great, I'll go talk to them. But if we don't think that it's going to be beneficial to them, I'm fine leaving them. Like, at this point, they're a casualty. As far as I'm concerned, we're all going to die if we don't do something. Like, that's
And
that's where...
Chances of reversing are probably pretty slim.
Not unless we can convince this Aboleth to do it, because I sure as fuck
That
don't.
seems
Where's Scarlet when you
likely.
need it?
I'm neutral good, but it's still survival. Like, we're in survival mode at this point. So unless you think there's something
follow-up.
worthwhile doing,
If we were to release them to cause chaos, does that?
that doesn't bother me either. At least they would be put to some kind of good use in all of this. Like, at this point. would be the better
Thank
thing to
God
do.
Maves is a moral
Am I?
compass.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I'm awake. Okay.
Honestly, it's a far. We're like DEFCON 5 at this point. We've got much bigger things to be worried about than a bunch of people trapped in pig bodies that we're not going to be able to save. We got to be able to save ourselves and the people that are still savable at
And
this point.
we technically have 2 days to do this like full dungeon.
Hi, baby.
We know where the prince is. We don't necessarily have to save him right now because he's got to be sacrificed until the next day.
True, but
So we could continue exploring and
from day 1 to day 2, what they're gonna do in between is
yeah.
You could polymorph them,
yeah.
right, into people, and they just stay as people.
That'd be fucked up. Put the big people back into people. I guess it
Technically,
would be,
yes.
that would be an
At a rate
interesting
of
way
1
around
per
the
day.
conundrum.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
since it takes us 60 days,
Or
but at least
wish.
they're people again.
We could potentially use Wish. to fix
I
them.
have significantly better things to do with my time than spend 60 days
Yeah.
rescuing pigs.
We will deal with this
They're people.
when we get through
Pigs
it.
are people too. These pigs are
These
people
pigs
too.
are people.
Literally. No, we have bigger things to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
They prefer when you call them.
This is not the PETA episode.
no. And Maves is not a vegetarian, so.
Pig lives matter.
There could be some valuable. They may have some information. They could potentially give us an idea of what happened.
Any
like-
status to the rest of the castle.
That's all that would give us. And if we don't feel like that's a valuable use of time, then I don't want to waste our time doing it. But it's there in case we want to know what's going on anywhere else.
So the guards aren't necessarily being controlled by the arena, the spiders.
Mhm.
So
That's
you need to get to the next floor, like, straightforward. You could, if you're able to control bees, like control a guard, you could
I
maybe
could.
use them like to escort us. Like, oh hey, we got these people. We're taking them up to the bus. Bye. Don't bother us while we go to loot the rest of the castle or whatever.
They
Since
probably
they're
don't
beast
speak.
brains, they probably don't speak. I say we could potentially have them, but then again, anyone that knows that they're not guards would find that unusual. That they would be escorting us anywhere. They're probably just pre-programmed to do something like attack, you know, or sound an alarm.
Just
Or,
warning in general.
but I could change. I could pre-program them again. Like I could put a different set of programming in them. So that's just an
As long
option.
as Draxus on the other end there doesn't detect them being
Yeah.
disconnected
Yeah.
or changed.
Yeah.
Their whole. They share a memory, if I recall correctly. Could be wrong, but I think so.
Yeah.
Well,
Try to avoid a boss battle on the first floor of the
I know
dungeon.
that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
unfortunately, I'm not sure yet how we would even skip this battle, much less the boss one. Going to the spiders and such in this room.
It's called
You
as
just
you
send a
weapons.
guard into the arena to
I could do that.
distract them with pig.
That at this point, that's going to make a far bigger distraction. Letting loose. 80
Unfortunately,
things.
it's probably more of a distraction than we want yet.
Yeah.
It's more of a if we're already
if we're already fucked with it as well.
that'll probably hurt us more in some fashion.
I mean, yeah, it'd be a way for it'd be a good way for us to get out of this level to the next level. But
we're
if
right
we have
next
stuff to
the
do on this level, yeah, we don't necessarily want to do that. Just
Do you want to send the eye up and see what's on the next floor? Because we're next to stairs, aren't we? And there's another entrance with stairs.
I mean, I can as long as we feel like sitting here listening to my eyeball go through places.
You said this way was collapsed, but I do have stone shape still prepared if we.
It's true. It is collapsed stairs that would have gone up. So you could stone shape to get to the next floor.
Which, if they are expecting those stairs to stay collapsed, could be a secret way to get up. So that's the same room that Smeart's wife is kept.
I don't think I looked yet, but the top of the other stairs, that was a door in front of it, or just stairs going up? That are-
Those are stairs going up.
Okay, so another way up.
Yeah. So there are three. It's just one of them is collapsed.
So then we're in the bottom. We can only go up.
You can only go up.
Okay.
I mean, technically, you could go back down.
No,
There's
you're
you
right.
know.
You're right. We could.
We
back
got
up to
stone
the water.
shape, we can dig.
We can do. That's right.
It's not too late for Plan, Phoenix, and Worm.
Turn
It's
this
not too late.
motherfucker into Minecraft, I guess.
Ah, we could flood this whole. We could flood this whole.
Personally, I welcome our new Dragon God Overlord.
Yeah, that's something I say some people have done in Minecraft. They build a base underneath somebody's house when they don't even know it.
Yeah.
It's so overt.
I don't see any way to fight the spiders and the Umber Hulks without setting off the rest of the floor.
Yeah. Umber Hulks have a
Especially
charm
since-
that's not pleasant.
Not unless we just sneak out and head straight up these stairs here. We could avoid everything else that's down here for the time being and start heading up. We know where some of the people are that we're looking for.
If we wanted to get, damn it, I can't remember his name for the life of me anytime.
Victor?
Victor, thanks. I keep wanting to call him something else.
Is
If we want to
Victor-
get Victor, we have to do that this morning.
And there's also the prince. Where is the prince? Like, you think he would be down here.
Assuming this is the only floor that has cells.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Right, so one guy was Victor.
The other guy.
One guy looked
is
kind of
Prince
princely or
Caspian.
royal. It's Prince
Prince
Caspian.
Caspian.
Mm-hmm. He's from Barovia.
He's
Yeah.
Barovia.
Yeah,
Looking
and
for
then there's
boy
a
We're
prince.
looking for the Ferellian
For
prince.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
The boy
we're-
prince.
we're
Got
looking
it.
for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Sorry.
boy who was formerly known as a prince.
Just
Hortensia.
by the prince really was throwing me off. I lost
Prince
my-
Hortensia.
lost the
He's a
thread.
little
And,
boy.
and Cortensia was not in this cell. It looked like a bunch of Ferellian nobles.
Yeah.
but none of them appeared to be Hortensia.
So, and with Victor, like they're starting him off like with weak enemies. It's like first day, like getting harder. Like if we wanted to help him, like cast like buffs on him or something to like help him like survive to the next day, make sure like he doesn't die, and then maybe free him tomorrow. I don't.
Sorry.
I'm just random here.
You're fighting a child, a sheep.
Yeah, he's starting with a sheep and a wooden sword, I think.
What was he supposed to end his first day on? I know they didn't
I
expect
think on a
him.
hag. I think.
I think Hag was the start of day 2 or something.
Yeah, the
Sheep, hag, prisoner, lion, Catabalebus. That's what it was. Yes, that's the end.
Catabalebus was the end of the first day. Yeah.
I don't know what that was again.
I'm pretty sure we've encountered them before.
Yeah, it's they're the large, stinky creatures that could shoot laser beams out of one central eye.
Ah, okay.
Are we saving my teleport for getting Hortensia out of here, or what are we saving that for?
Basically.
Because I can teleport back.
Slash also Caspian.
I
Or
can take them both.
Caspian or Victor, any of them.
I can take us
Because
all.
one needs to be getting to the slave markets to try to inspire them there. Was our initial plan, so if we don't go and get him now, I mean, they'll still try to do it, but they won't have him there to rally them. As someone they know face.
Additionally, one thing you would know is the rune preventing teleportation into this tomb is also preventing teleportation in and out of this floor.
Entire floor.
So-
Because remember, like each floor had its own ward, and you were trying to find those wards on each floor. So this is where that ward was. Each floor is warded.
So if we went in there and tried to destroy that, that would be where we'd have to go to disable that ward then.
Yeah,
Is that
because
right?
that was a different thing. Because remember, there was a mage that was in charge of each floor, right?
Wait, so where you said we did know where the ward was on this floor?
Yeah, there's four. Remember, there's 4 wards.
Oh, that's just for the whole floor. How many?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the anti-teleportation one would do it for this whole floor.
Mm.
Of course, it itself, if you don't take care of all 4 at the same time, a remaining one would set off an alarm. Right? All 4 have to be dispelled at the same time, which is very unlikely that a singular wizard, would be able to cast 4 different dispel magics at the same time.
But we have access to 4.
Yeah.
As all of us.
Or unless you want to blow your time stop and then do it 4 times, you know.
Yeah.
And you need a good roll on your time stop.
Yeah.
We'd rather, just
Seems a
Captain
little
Planet it.
excessive, as opposed to
Fire!
canceling each of us
Water!
one.
Hearts!
Wonder
Go
twin,
planet.
wonder quadruplets. God dang it.
Wonder quadruplets
Wonder quadruplets.
form of a bucket.
By combined powers, we dispel or turn you into a fucking tree. I don't
Form of
know.
water. Form of bucket handle.
And I'll form the head. Okay.
Alright, So-
shit. Shittiest Voltron
back to
ever.
where we started.
We've got 3 major things that we need to worry about on this floor. We need to, or 3 things that we're hoping to accomplish. We've got the wards, potentially. We have the people, saving the people that we came down here for.
Yeah.
And then we're getting rid of the hag. Those are the most important 3 that I believe. I know the aboleth is down here, but the hag plays
Yep, nope, I agree.
a much bigger role in our
Yeah, more immediate to our
Yeah.
goals.
We're gonna have to deal with the aboleth. It's a 4. We're gonna have to deal with it in one way, shape, or form.
How many times do I have to kill Pharaxis before he stays dead?
Those are the 4 major things. I don't know that we can get anybody out of the cells without triggering the aboleth in some way. If the
Or the
aboleth
hag.
or the hag, yeah. So it almost feels like if we can strike first, it should be taking that fucking hag out. That would be, if we have a way of doing that at all, like if we have any way of stealthing through this place, getting anywhere, I think getting into that cell and fucking axing that first hag would be the assuming it's actually her that's in there. And I think when we did the sending, it was we had true sight. We could see that it was the hag, right? Was she sitting in that room when we did that?
No, she was somewhere entirely else. Right? Like, the room when you were looking at it was her choosing what you could see. over that, right? Like, just remember, she's able to manipulate, almost a master of like far vision and scrying and manipulating that. So she took your vision, she put it here, and you were looking at something before, but when you actually were able to do true sight, you were actually able to pierce it and ricochet through the vision and see her. You saw her in her hut. So she could remotely throw that where she could make you look at a frog down in Rokugan if she wanted to,
And
right?
it may not be her.
I'm sorry. It may just either be no one. It could be Caspian. Could be.
Well,
At this
Caspian
point-
is in a different. Well,
Everything you saw was
The
through the
child
arcane
wouldn't
eye,
know where
which
he
you can't
is.
see through illusion. So
good point. We don't know what's down there. So we may have to deal with Diablo first.
Ron, pop that
The one
eye
that's
in.
sure
That can...
threat.
Yeah.
You still got it, right?
Yep, still have
He
it.
controls many things here. So I think that Aboleth might be what we have to do first. And he's in a position where we can come out. If we can stealth past the spiders, we can get around the corner. If we can get him quickly.
And in addition, what we've seen here, I mean, sure, there's all the pigs that have been done, but if depending on if that pig pen is a mix of guards and pigs, or mostly just guards at this point, that means, in theory, that Traxxas is controlling significantly more stooges throughout the castle.
I can take a stab at figuring out what brains are what. And I'm small enough I can just out and go see what I can figure out.
Turn to a spider and write a web that says some pig.
That's some pig. Charlotte's webbed this shit.
Kind of want to go to that tomb and take out those wards.
Be beneficial. I don't know if we think that the alarm doesn't sound unless we leave one of them to go off.
you'd have to get all four at once.
Okay, so
So each of you would have to have a successful dispel magic, which your 20th level. It's foreseeable. Of course, it is cast at a level, so there's a way to guarantee it. But you don't know the level until you get close enough that you maybe like investigate it with like a detect, like arcana, detect magic, that kind of thing.
actually, before we get much further, who all has dispel magic?
Everybody.
Yeah. Double check that I still have it prepared, because if I don't, Jesus fucking Christ.
Both of us do.
I have it prepared as well.
Smoot has a
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, so then we're covered. The
Yeah.
four of us.
You got the four of you. Question would be, what level is it cast to guarantee it, or do you want to risk it at just a base third? Right. Which you'd only know until you get there and actually can like sense and look at the magic.
First, we gotta get past these spider webs in the doorway.
Yes, that'll be step one.
So, let's start there. Head to the tomb, wipe that out. Probably move towards the Aboleth from there.
Come up and around.
You do have two guards right here as well to contend with.
No, right, yeah.
This one right here is just kind of standing, looking kind of this way, but there's stairs leading up, so he wouldn't be able to like see.
Is how do we
Assume this is like the lowest area, and then this is even lower, right? Because it kind of like think of like higher, middle, lower,
So-
right?
If they attack, then I have, I can make it harder for us to be attacked. With them having pig brains, how effective as fighters are they going to be, really?
I think it's more them being an alarm is the concern.
Yeah.
Either that or it's going to be very strange when a human tries to gore you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No!
Sorry, I know you were there. I didn't mean to kick you.
I loved you, and you betrayed me.
Yes, I know.
She already forgives you.
I'm
It's
so
okay.
sorry.
What happened? I don't know.
I didn't hit your head that hard.
She's getting the
Listen to
pets.
them.
That's all she cares about.
Yes.
Sun's not on her head. She hates him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So, you guys want to try to stealth past here and then contest with these guards somehow. I guess first things first would be climbing up out, not too much of an issue. Not going to make you guys do an athletics check to do that. I guess it would be a stealth check followed by a acrobatics check. except for you wouldn't need to do one. If you stay in spider form, you guys more than likely would need to have that unless you have a way to get past, like Misty Step or something like that.
I have maybe a bad idea.
Elaborate first.
Unless you want to use that arcane gate now and just blow that, and you can get here and just bypass the chest.
And I could do a Blade Sun to like improve my acrobatics at least.
If you want to blow your...
But yeah, let's hear
Blade
the bad
Sun.
idea.
So not necessarily in regards, well, maybe in a little bit regards to how at least I could get out, but how we might be able to take care of the aboleth. I have a potion of aqueous form
Okay.
You'll have to. This is going to be up to Tony a little bit
Okay.
because I think this is more just how
Okay.
it would work.
Mhm.
Could I somehow absorb into his body and then shape change? Could I turn into to water
Okay.
and then either absorb through his skin or somehow get into his mouth?
You would have to be drunken. Now, granted, that would be a
Bring
thing,
it back to us.
right? If you were Aqua's form and drunken whole by a thing, sure, but it's not going to be able to be absorbed from his skin, and he would have to
Okay.
drink a lot of water.
Okay, I was like, I just want to
So
throw
we
that
just
out there.
dehydrate him
Just in
real quick.
Yeah.
Leave
Yep.
him in a jar
salt.
somewhere.
The salt, yes. Wait, you're trying to Agent Smith Matrix trying to
Yes.
Neo into him
Yep.
and then blow him.
So we
inside.
Are aboleths slugs or snails? Just
well, we use the salt thing to dehydrate him. So then he's got a strong-sized water.
An
To drink.
interesting plan, probably for another. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had a giant
That's why I said it was a bad
drinking
plan.
things of water, yeah, that would be an interesting way.
Make
to
one of those like salt licks that can purify the air or whatever. And
Okay, fair
Put a
enough.
pin in that.
turn up the temperature in
Yeah.
here.
we
Thirsty
incept
Allison.
him that he's hungry or he's thirsty.
Cone of cold, turn you a
LeMay's
giant.
dive into his
salt,
dreams, make
you
him
know,
think he's
ice cream
thirsty.
I
cone.
can do that.
Yeah, totally. Okay.
So, unless you guys have a way around it, I will need a stealth and a acrobatics to get past. The stealth check is only a DC 15.
For reasons that are nondescript, Smoot is going to hide in the portable hole.
Okay.
He's got a bit while I sneak through.
Okay.
Can I do that too?
If he's got water breathing,
Yeah.
it's full of water.
Sure.
You guys can just.
I mean, in theory, that still is a limited supply of
It's
air because air is just as
It's
full in there as water is.
So,
I'll do a Blade Sun so I get the bonus to my acrobatics.
All right.
Okay. So it's
Have
just
fun.
it's just you two doing the stealth and the acrobatics. Then.
You could also just give it to me.
Yeah, we can't all. Didn't you have to take a couple of trips? It's only like a 10-foot hole, so like 2 people are in there.
You don't have
Four
to
would
make the
be-
check
I don't
because
have
you
to make
already
the check at all.
yeah. with
It's
the
fine. Even with disadvantage, I can't technically fail.
I have disadvantage on stealth. I roll a 1 and a 20.
Wow, rude.
So
That's
it's
why
like,
you're in
Switch
my
it.
hole.
that's why I'm in the
That's
hole.
Okay, good.
That's why you're in my hole.
Yes.
Let's
right.
see. All right, the low one for this. 21 for me.
My goddamn. Okay, just keep track of that. Then.
But I have disadvantage. But I have expertise.
Ooh.
I know how to do it, but this stupid pass.
So
No,
what are you
whatever
guys'
I'm
stealths?
Stealth 19.
Okay. You guys
21.
make the acrobatics.
24.
Oh, it was both. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both. Athletics, definitely. If it was-
Acrobatics.
Oh, only acrobatics.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's not. It's
15.
15 is the DC on that one as well. So you guys are able to, after a little bit of work, you're able to Mission Impossible your way.
Entrapment over the web.
Entrapment over
Catherine
the web.
Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, yeah,
Leave
yeah.
the portable hole somewhere.
Oh God, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
You're gonna see Snake Butt as he goes
Yeah.
over it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know you're always looking.
Where's Sean Connery at watching us do this?
he's up in the webs.
I think Smoot's in the hole.
Creepily.
Yeah.
There you go. So you guys are right here. You're able to get out of the portable hole. Now you have to contest against two lobotomized pig brain guards.
Sounds harder than it should be somehow. You could turn into a pig and see if you can just stroll past them.
Each of them is wearing plate armor. They have halberds, and they're just kind of like looking forward. And they just kind of scan from left to right. A big obvious scar across their heads. What do you do?
Well,
So, hmm. So, literally just think of this like play Metal Gear Solid. Like,
Go into a box.
no.
how rapidly is he scanning? You know,
Well-
watching for that field of view. Over.
Well, that's the thing. If they're pig brain and then if they're not that smart, like if they hear a noise somewhere, like around the corner, like are they just gonna go to investigate it without regard to like, oh, maybe someone's distracting me?
Depends on what commands they were given.
It depends on the commands. If you guys wanted to stealth by, I would say it would be a DC 20 on the stealth check.
Fair bit. How does Decadic feel about that?
If need be, I can do a really great stealth roll if absolutely necessary. I can also do a really pretty good roll elsewhere, somewhere else that might be useful, but no one else has any other.
Not sure what our other options are.
What do you think, Freya?
To
What
get
should we
by
do?
without causing
Yeah.
too much of an issue.
I'm not worried about making that roll
Right.
for myself, but
I would likely make it, but
we just keep.
there and there.
Keep
but
freaking fracking the hole.
Strong and smooth.
is it worth ensuring that he gets through, or do we have another way? I mean, with how much you may be able to control them, would you be able to control it enough to basically tell it to ignore us?
I could one
Or
of
just
them.
like turn around
I
just briefly.
I
don't know.
could one of them. I could dominate one of them and make them turn.
Presumably that they're looking. Like, are they kind of facing each other scanning? Or are they side by side scanning?
One will look, and then the other looks.
Okay.
You could potentially, if you wanted to burn the spell and he would make the saving throw, you could decrease the stealth check needed by controlling the mind of one of them, taking it down to a stealth check of 13.
Makes it better, but
It's a pretty big discount.
But if he happened to make his saving throw, which I doubt, but possible, it would then immediately alarm the guards.
with a shot, it's up to you. You want me to do it?
Do it.
Okay.
I
I'm
believe
gonna
you.
I'm gonna dominate beast on one of them.
Okay.
DC 21.
DC 21, burn the spell slot.
Yep.
Alright, I have it's a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
Okay. I have a +4 to wisdom, not because of a score, but because of the aboleth control.
Yeah.
So that is a total of 7.
Woo!
So yeah, he is. He just looks the other way,
Okay.
or
I'm just instructing him to just not look.
yeah, just not. He just closes his eyes.
Yeah.
Keeps scanning, but just closes his
Yeah,
eyes.
he's turning his head, but his eyes are closed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his eyes are closed. Is that concentration, non-concentration? Okay. So
Yep.
as you maintain concentration for the remainder for the next hour.
It's yeah.
Yeah. Is it an hour or is it like 8
No,
hours?
it's less than
Okay.
that. No, I'm not upcasting it
Okay.
at all.
So- His eyes are just closed for the remainder of this time.
Yep.
So the stealth check is now a DC 13 for those that are outside of Sir Fan's hole.
I'm good.
All
I
right.
rolled over a 13.
18.
18.
I rolled over a 13.
yeah.
So it's like 28.
25.
25. You guys are able to stealthily make it past the guards.
Okay. All
I
right.
just got Metal Gear music playing in my head. So I can't help it.
You guys are now in the lower area over here. You kind of go down the stairs a little bit, and there's kind of like a half gate,
Mhm.
right, which is more like a latch. In this area is completely filled with pigs. The pigs, obviously, each one, now that you're closer, have a scar. Not a single pig doesn't have a scar on its head here.
I'm gonna start glazing over thoughts.
Okay. Roll me I would say this would be like an insight check.
Oh, I'm good at those.
Or investigation. Either one is good.
That's a natural 20.
Natural
I'm
20.
assuming it would be insight, but
Insight is
if you
fine.
want, do you want my total with?
No, you rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
exceptional success.
Okay.
And I assume your insight is probably
It's very
stupid
good.
high.
It's at
Yeah.
least plus 11.
Okay, so you broke 30.
Yeah.
You scan the minds.
Mhm.
These are human minds.
They're all human.
Panicked, yes. Each of these are guards,
Mhm.
right? They remember going into work that day, going downstairs. They were instructed to each of one of them got the same instructions. Go downstairs and get some water for the princess. Each one of them, one at a time, throughout the last couple months. They go downstairs, they get jumped by a bunch of spiders, and they'll be dragged off to a room, and their brains will be replaced. Full, vivid memories of that. And then they've just been stuck in here and getting fat ending up. Every once in a while, one of them would end up getting slaughtered for dinner upstairs. A horrible scenario. But with a natural 20, you were able to gain, I'll give you 8 pieces of information. The
Nice.
first one I'll give you with the natural 20, so I'll say 7 pieces.
That's fine.
The first one you get with the natural 20, one of the guards vividly remembers, because he was one of the first ones here, that the prince was brought down. And he looked like he was dead, right? He seemed dead on a stretcher and was brought into the family crypt.
Okay, so the boy
Good child.
Yes.
This is Hortensia.
Hortensia looked like he was dead, and he was brought into the family crypt. And he was brought in there by the princess and her lady in waiting, who just seemed like a creepy lady, and a few other people. And she remembered this the day of, just before the whole scenario. Like, he was the guard there, and then he stood guard, and then he was told to go get a pail of water later on throughout the week. And yeah, a lot of the other guards were ones that saw things or questioned them, but each one, pail of water, go downstairs, brain changing.
Water pail duty. Sucks to be you.
Okay, what do we want to know? What information, like, what's going to be important? Any of them know the layout of any of these floors?
Each one would be able to tell you one thing about one of the rooms and one of the floors.
Okay,
That's 7 questions you could have about the place.
okay.
Does any of them know where Bravaxis is?
Okay.
Or does any of them hear what sounds like a dragon hiding in the castle?
So
or some
I'll
such?
be looking for dragony thoughts.
Bravaxis does have his own private chambers. Bravaxis's private chambers are on the second floor on the north side.
So like one floor up from where we are, or the second
two
floor above.
more
We're on
floors
floor
above.
minus 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two
so-
floors above this one.
Yeah, 2 floors above this one. Yeah, he has his own private chambers, and he is an emissary. One that has vivid memories of guarding the emissary's private quarters. He is the emissary from Gazetteer, and like there's been peace treaty talks with Gazetteer over the last couple months.
Okay.
And he is the personal emissary here. You do know that it is him and 2 other of his childer are with him as well. So there is not only Bravaxis, but there are 2 more red dragons that are hanging out somewhere in this castle.
Good.
Not Gazetteerian guards like they are.
How old are his kids?
He's super old,
That's
so
why I was
his kids could be any age.
Okay, all right.
And obviously, he is also he believes in breeding as many red dragons as possible. So they could be young, they could be old.
Yeah.
They don't have a way of knowing. The
We've
families
hit
are
on some of his bastards.
Yeah. Met a black dragon, a lovely lady who had kids that she didn't want with him.
Yes.
Mm,
That are in Rokugan.
Yes, currently.
okay.
And we killed one of Bravaxis' kids a while back. Maybe
Was
that's
it his
what.
kid?
Yeah, there's a red dragon in the same area.
Yeah,
with the
I
giants,
know
yeah.
who it is. I didn't think it was his kid.
Pretty
So
sure it
that's-
was his son, yeah.
So that tells us about Bravaxis.
Maybe that's why he keeps attacking us.
I've got
Branding
more.
of Rizit. That was his name. Rizit.
Was it the flame tongue? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he would be a resist.
I still have his branding technically.
Did this guy who was guarding or this crypt see how to shut these runes off?
Yes, a member of the royal blood would be able to do it, or if you had the master key, would be able to do it. Those two things would be there.
When they brought him down,
He was the
prince.
royal blood,
Yeah.
so they could go in, and then they left him in there.
Okay.
I like it. It's
Yeah.
clever.
That's clever.
What?
Okay.
You're adorable.
What else?
So the master key also gets you through there.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that. Well, I guess. Do we know where the master key is? I don't
Do you
even know
wanna
how
ask?
important it is. I don't know how important it is. Do we care where the
Mm.
master? I mean,
There we go.
yeah. Do we care?
Not
I mean-
super.
Unless it has more uses than just that.
I mean, it is
That's
the
a good
master
point.
key.
It's the master key.
If
Yeah.
it could be if
It would
the master
probably
key is
work
an
on, like,
object that's
those
just
other
acting as a
vaults,
key
too.
that can also
It
do
could.
other stuff.
So
What is the master key?
yeah, where is the master key?
You have to have enough hearts.
The master key. One guard has distinct memories of the master key being held by the new master surgeon.
Ah, that guy.
So
That strange, long, bendy-armed human.
So the Aboleth.
So for
has
access-
the
it.
Yes.
Aboleth Phylacteris has the master key.
Okay. That's a thought.
Freya, stop it.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Three more questions.
Three
You
more.
have.
What?
It's your
What
favorite
is
color.
your favorite color?
I'm trying to think what would be a good question about the
The
hags.
hags.
Like, do they have like a
I-
a specific chamber or room somewhere in the castle?
I say I know their names, and who they would be. So have any of them seen any hags or anyone that might be hags or?
I guess yeah. If anyone knows of any, if they have separate rooms or know where they might be, that we could pick them off one by one. Maybe, however you want to phrase that.
So, where are the hags?
Where are the hags? The hags. One of them had vivid memories. This is actually why he was brought down here forcefully. He wasn't put on pale duty. He was knocked out and brought down here.
Mhm.
He witnessed. There are 7 master magicians, right? Each one who makes house here, right? It's another one of the reasons why Castle Rynair is considered very secure, because the 7 archmasters of Rynair are here, and they themselves protect the castle. They keep up the wards. He witnessed one of the masters of Rynair. He came into their chambers a little bit early one day, and it wasn't the master magician. Instead, it was a hag woman. And then she turned into one of the master magicians. And then he ran out into another room. And one of the other master magicians, his mask fell off. You think all of the master magicians here have probably been replaced by hags.
Oh, so we can tell our one crewmate that
We
his
could tell Marcus
guy
that
is
yeah.
probably already dead. I'd hedge heavy bets for it.
Yeah.
Bam. The artifact? No idea. But
Yeah, kill High Mage Tomon to take his back an amulet that would maybe.
the one person that's not a hag, he's just
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta help me. I think that's is that 3 questions or is that 4 questions you asked?
I say I've got 2 left.
You got 2 left. Okay.
Yep. Because I asked. So you gave me 6.
Mm-hmm.
We asked about,
The prince is.
but the prince was given was
Given
was
to us.
one of
Prince
them.
was given.
I asked where is Bravaxis.
Yep.
Yeah.
I asked how to turn off the crypt.
All right.
So that was this, and then where's the master key,
Okay.
and then where are the hags?
So you
So
got
I have
2
2
more
left. Yep.
I mean, we could. I mean, we know where Brovaxis is, but could we also find out where one of the more recent ones may know of where this ceremony is going to take place?
We want to figure out where the ceremony is.
Because we have an
Yeah.
idea. But
Okay, so where is the ceremony for Vervaxis' ascension taking place?
One of them found that there is a in the Royal Amphitheater on the 3rd floor. There is a gigantic magic circle that if anybody walks into, they just disappear. He has been seeing a lot of people being brought through that magic circle, specifically prisoners and enemies of the court, or just basically like maids who never come back, are just been brought in but never left. He himself escorted somebody once, and he saw when he walked through that circle, he found himself standing. Freya, stop whining. Sorry, the dog keeps drawing my attention.
You're good,
I
you're
won't
good.
Stop whining. What was I talking about? Okay. The royal, as he walked through that, he accidentally walked through it one day. As he walked through it, he found himself standing in a great forest before a giant statue. It looked like it was shaped off to the side, like it was like kind of like half leaning, like it was a very old statue, and the top of it was sawed off like a tower, and on top of it, it looked like they were literally people were getting their heads cut off, and like blood was pouring down it. And then nothing. He remembers nothing after that. Somebody made a noise, and he looked over to his right, and he saw what looked to be some kind of giant dragon. And he just got hit upside the head, and then he woke up in a pig body.
So you got a fluggy in that case.
But it was odd. He stepped through that, and then he was outside somewhere. But it didn't look anywhere near where he was. It looked like some random place.
So it looks like a teleportation circle of
Yes.
some kind. And his memory of what the circle looked like, does that check? I know what that spell looks
It's
like.
definitely a teleportation circle. Like you walk into it and it's gone. Like an active teleportation circle,
Okay.
ones that are permanent where you walk through it.
Okay, all right. One more.
Crazy idea. Might any of them possibly know or have seen who is possessing the Empress?
Oh.
It is what exactly this entity is, if it is Strahd or something else.
Okay. Yeah. Does anybody is anybody even remotely aware of who may be possessing the Empress?
Yes. One of the pigs was a royal courtesan, a male courtesan, who was brought to the Empress's chambers late one night. Descriptions being short, it's definitely not Strahd. It is some shadowy figure that looms over her, a female-like body. He was forced to roleplay himself as a Strahd von Zurevich, and he was courting a lady named Patricia, which you have heard that name again as the one of the shadow sorceresses who was one of his brides.
And Lady,
Patricia.
thank you.
Who you know to be some kind of dusk elf. And then after everything was done, he woke up in a pig brain.
They seem to all end the same way.
It all seems to end the same way, like you go into a room and then you wake up in a pig brain.
Imagine
Yeah.
that.
In a
Check
big
out
box.
Day,
So-
kind of.
The actual ritual is taking place somewhere else, where they're presumably collecting a lot of blood to make him a blood god.
And the other thing you would get is this is most of the guards that are here, right? So you think slowly over a long period of time, all the guards have been replaced by pig brain men.
Okay.
And that some of them noticed after a while, but before they could say or do anything, they went to go get water. Never came back.
Okay. Very, very useful information. I'm really glad we decided to do this.
Yes.
So potentially we need to go deal with the
While you guys were talking, I'm gonna let the girls out. They're losing their minds.
so potentially we need to go deal with the brain guy
Aboleth.
first. The
Come on,
aboleth
girls,
first.
outside.
Because we can get the
Outside.
aboleth, we can get the master key, we can come back down here. We know that the prince is in there, dead or alive. We know he's in there. Hopefully, we assume he's in there. So, we've got that. We could do that. The only problem is if the aboleth has a monicum of control over these things that he's created, he will call them to him. Unless we can come up with a quick way to take him out.
Fireball.
Fireball.
Or alternatively, if all we need is the key, I do have time stop prepared.
Yeah, but isn't that like your 9th level spell?
It is a 9th level spell. I do. Pretty sure I have my charges back on my Pearl of Power. So I'm gonna double check.
See, I could polymorph him too, like, well, potentially.
Yeah, my Pearl's recharged, so I could get my 9th level slot back.
Yeah, but then his gear goes in.
Oh, damn.
Hmm?
Yeah, that's true, yeah. I like turns into a goldfish with like a big key.
See, I've already blown my 9th level spell, so.
Yeah?
I've got
Oh, right, your
foresight.
foresight
I
going.
have
Yeah,
foresight,
okay.
yeah.
Blown makes sounds like it's over and done.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I could feeble mind him.
That's probably a will save.
It's an
Yeah.
intelligence check.
Aboleths are very brainy beasts.
That's very unfortunate. But if I can get him to fail an intelligence save,
Well, I have a low portent roll. I don't know if it'd be low enough to make him fail it.
yeah, I don't know. It would take him, I swear, if we could get him to fail it, man. That would be,
So a bulletproof plan have you guys concocted?
oh yes.
We create bullets.
Yes.
Okay. Step 1, become gunslinger.
Yes.
Step
Right
2,
now in this place.
all of you start taking levels in gunslinger. Noted. Are you gonna start shooting the traps?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we
Just
disarmed
send
them.
Shoot the
That's-
explosive wards in the room you're standing
Yep,
in. I mean,
that's-
how could this be a bad
That's what you do in
idea?
video games.
Yeah.
You want to unlock a door, you gotta shoot the targets.
There you go.
That's why it's glowing, right? It's the weak spot.
I'm going to stealthily shoot my gun
Yes.
at the lock.
It's called lock picking. Okay.
Not that much more ridiculous than, shooting a gun out of someone's head in a western.
That's true.
Well,
Talking about potentially, we've got to figure out how to deal with the aboleth.
Yeah, thinking of either doing time stop to see if I could steal the key off of him, or
Mhm.
doing
Feeble mind.
feeble mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I could fuck with his saving roll. I don't know if it would be low enough to make him fail it. Because aboleths are brainy beasts, we know that.
It would be an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
What would you have to?
21. mean, it's not a bad save,
Yeah.
but
But yeah, they definitely are intelligence-based creatures.
yeah. So we're talking about going against his best save. Like,
It's possible, depending on how low you can make that roll.
Yeah, I can make his die roll a 6. That's as low as I can make it, which pretty low, but also Aberlith's
if
being.
He does have legendary, which would give it a +5 at best, but it would be a 5 with a 6. So maybe that would make it. Maybe it won't.
yeah.
It's your guys' risk.
Just trying to think of a way to neutralize this guy quickly.
Definitely a lot of risk and reward.
I cast haste and then time stop. Do I get that double rounds? I can, no, of course not.
I think both are concentration, aren't they? No, time stop isn't concentration. It just happens.
Or how can you concentrate for that instant in time?
I can stop time for even more seconds now.
Could you cast a
That doesn't
time
make
stop
sense.
inside of a time stop? I mean, is that possible? Right?
We just need to get Quicksilver in here.
Kill Tamare!
That's it. We're hitting like JoJo.
Yeah.
This is gonna
Each of you cast time stop at the same time.
slightly delayed. All right.
My God, it's full of stars. Okay. Man, I feel like time
If-
stop would be less of a gamble, at least in terms of.
It would be your 9th level
That'd
spell.
be my 9th level spell.
And you have to get all the way to him
all the way to him.
up before that, /
How
away
long
from
does-
him after.
How long does time stop last?
It lasts
Think of it as
up to 5 turns, as low as 2 turns. If I roll a d4 to see.
anywhere from 12 to 30 seconds.
Which
Is there a gate that goes from the hallway up to?
No. This is all just there's just here
Just
has a solid reinforced. It's like one of those things where the door is like made of tree trunks, right? It's like solid wood. Like this is one of those doors that's meant like you would have to take a battering ram to.
Okay.
But it's meant to. You think it literally seals off the prison levels from because like this is prison, like all the prison levels, like strong metal gate, right? Reinforced metal gate, and then this one just has a large wooden reinforced door.
Okay.
So, if I did cast haste on myself
Okay.
and did time stop, I would get the movement double, then also the haste action.
Yes, and you would also have a haste action. You would have more. You would be able to move. Your movement speed when you do the move action would be doubled, right? So you get double your movement. And yeah, you have your hasted action, which you could use to interact with an object, or get a dash action at your
Another
normal
dash
movement.
And keep in mind, you need to look through his illusion to find his key, or see through. Be sure that you've seen through it, and hopefully the key is visible.
I guess that's the other issue
Or
you run
finding
into
it.
is he has an illusionary body, whereas the key is that an illusion too. You'd have to be able to see through an illusion, which might require some kind of like true sight, maybe.
We just take out this door first.
Or mind blank? Does mind blank do illusions, or does that just prevent like mind stuff?
Yeah.
It just like shields you.
That just shields your mind, yeah.
I'm worried that if we go to attack that guy, and well, if it's not effectively near instant, then everything else shows up, starts to happen, makes getting out of here hard, and going back to get the hopefully still alive Caspian out of that tomb that much harder to do.
You mean not Caspian? You mean Hortensia?
Hortensia, yeah.
One of these princes.
Yep. Potentially you got the
They're all peasants to me.
you got a lot of interesting plans. You have you blast him with the idiocy spell and hope that his base save +6, even with the enhancement, isn't enough. Or do you
I could feed him a filter of love while time has stopped so that he feels
Not your first time with tentacles.
Nope, wouldn't be.
How
Or
long
go
does it
for
last?
that body / brain that he's working with.
How long does the
Are you talking about my body? I feel like, would he go for this? What the Koenig has to offer?
without the
What are you gonna
the
try to do?
filter?
Bugs Bunny him?
But the one he was operating on. But yeah. Don't worry, Decadic. I know Annapolis would love to have your brain.
Don't I know it? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of.
I think we should just start with this door, but
You want to just take the door out?
I think
Just dispel magic.
just
Or
get
dispel
rid of
magic,
it.
yeah.
Although, boy, that is gambling too, huh? Like, I don't know how.
Yeah. Can we do an Arcana check on seeing like
Oh,
what
yeah,
the
once
hall
we get up
might
there,
have been busted
just
Yeah,
detect magic on the door. Check it out. See what we
Okay.
got.
Is one of you casting Detect Magic, or are you guys just gonna do a raw Arcane?
My Arcana's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are the master arcanist.
Yeah,
I hope it is.
I will be
Roll me an
doctored.
Arcana. Just trying to figure it out from like looks. I'm gonna say is DC 20.
Assume you just want one person rolling.
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
Yeah, no dog pile on this
I
one.
won't be very helpful.
Yeah, that's a.
Can I still assist or anything? Because I am also trained in arcana
If you're trained in Arcana, I'll let you assist.
and can read what they are.
Yes. Okay, so you can roll with advantage.
Advantage, okay. Ooh, that is 30.
30. They're all 5th level. So you can guarantee the dispel if you cast it 5th.
Okay.
Anything lower than 5th, you're rolling against and you're hoping to get a 15.
Alright, well. Probably while pig interviews were going on. Strom and Smoot probably needed to come out somewhere in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly
Just
this-
remember,
this-
they all have to be dispelled at the same time,
Yep.
or the alarm goes off.
Ugh, I hate.
I got
Still
fifth.
get spell slots back on. Just
All
long
right.
rest.
Now that we're done with the weirdest episode of Babe ever.
I
ram you.
ram you.
So are your
Is the
paladins
original
just long
script
long rest
for-
for spell slots?
Huh?
Are paladins just long rest for spell slots?
Yes. Yeah, they are long rest. They don't have recharge abilities. Wizards can get some back through the arcane means, as well as I think a couple of you have amulets.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
have second recharge slots, yeah.
I'm not. But when we really get into the shit of it, hopefully we're in a place big enough, and I can just go Phoenix form. Things, and then it won't matter.
Yeah, you have a plan B. Once all the spell slots are gone,
Yeah.
it's like, motherfucker,
Mm-hmm.
welcome to the Phoenix
I will
Force.
take this whole fucking place down.
Okay. Which you have the sheet for that, so.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
Smoot's gonna have to use a 5th level. I can't gamble on his
No. Oh,
Okay.
casting.
yep, that's
I'll do-
fine.
I
I'll
will
do
burn his
Same.
5th level slot, which does take away one of his
Yeah. Dispel good and evils.
Dispel Good and Evils.
I'd rather have a failure later than immediately.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I will also, of course, mine's 5th.
But yours is 5th by base.
Yeah.
Unless you decide to start multi-classing out.
So on
Yep.
1, 3, or on 3 or 1, 2, 3, go. Again, at the same time. We have to time this right.
On 3.
Okay.
3.
God damn it.
Damn it, Smoot!
I was counting down, you son of a bitch.
I was counting.
1, 2, 5. 3, sir. 3.
3, my lord.
Anyway, if you're all casting it at 5th,
We
no,
are.
no roll necessary. Magic is dispelled. You can now teleport into the dungeon level and out of the dungeon level. As well as the wards are off, and it's now just a giant stone sarcophagi door.
Will they turn back on?
Eventually, yes. You think they're going to be down for at least 8 hours.
Okay.
Alright then.
Cool.
Smoot, get the door, please, Smoot. Thank you.
Yeah, Smoot will go in and he'll just with his 25.
I think that's a hinge door. That was
strength.
supposed to open to the
Strong.
open
You
like
mean
in.
Oh, Strom, yeah.
I've got 29.
You got a 29
Yeah,
strength.
yeah.
Smoot's just got like a 25 strength.
Yeah.
It's like that. I think you should leave Skechers.
I'm like-
Like it's a pull. No, it's a.
It's a pull now.
It's a pull now.
So yeah, easily with your obscene strength. Normally this door weighs 500 pounds, but I think your base carrying weight with a 29. Like, what is your base carry? Like, it's probably insane.
We're
I'm not even. Yeah, like I'll have you look at that one later. I'm just
1,740
Oh my god.
push, drag, lift.
So it's not even an effort for you.
Yeah.
At this point, you're more like awkward, like trying to grab things and be able to support with just your body weight, right? So yeah, you just it is up and out of the way. The sarcophagi steps lead down. As you begin to step down, magical torches
Always
kind of come to life. As you make your way down into this large area, so it's long. It's a giant area that is very has long halls, an entire history of Ryanair kings over the last. I believe it is. I have to look back, but I believe it's over the last 900 years are here. Several lines, some even from the Majocracy of Carthal are buried here, as they are very closely tied together. As at one point, the Majocracy of Carthal was at one point a part of Ferellis, when the Ferellians, the humans, came onto this plane during the, I think that's the 6th convergence. I'm not going to have you search very long. You're able to find the prince's sarcophagus. You're able to push it open, and he is there. As he is there, can you make me a medicine check? The DC on this one is 20 because of a reason.
31.
Okay.
No, it's supposed to be 20. You overshot.
Fuck! Sorry.
You accidentally healed him.
Shit.
Here's the thing. He's not dead.
Mhm.
A spell has been cast on him. A spell that makes you look like you are dead.
Okay.
It has been forcefully cast on him. I forget the name of the spell.
Feign death.
Feign Death has been cast upon him at a high level. At a 6th level, Feign Death has been cast upon him. So he is just in a death state. A state of death. But is not dead. The spell would have to be, obviously, has a permanent duration at this point, but is dispellable. It is a 6th level spell. But the prince is not dead.
It may be fundamentally cheaper to kill him and revivify.
Why?
Doesn't revivify like a 3rd level spell?
Is it?
It is, but you don't think it'll get past the Feign Death.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have to get rid of
The
that.
Feign Death is hanging over him. So even
Once
if
he's
he
no
dies,
longer faking.
right? It's just hanging over a Feign Death over just a normal dead body then.
Okay, so we don't think killing him will get rid of it.
In my game, normally killing someone doesn't get rid of, like if you're charmed and you're killed, well, you come back, you're still charmed.
Neat.
Right? Because the spell still hangs for the duration, unless the caster gives up concentration or whatnot. And obviously, you can see the thorn weave over him.
Okay.
And do we want to dispel it later? Would it be easier to get him out of here if he's still comatose?
Do we stand a chance at getting Victor and Cass, or do we want to free Victor? Like, what do we do? What are our hopes and dreams and aspirations for these prisoners?
I mean, it's not necessary that we really get Victor out.
But do we need to get Caspian out? Was that a thing we were trying to do or worried about doing? Or was this really what we were here for? Because if this is what we're here for, then let's get the fuck out of here. And get him out of here. Like,
Well, we came here to kill Revaxis and stop Strahd from being resurrected. And getting the princess, like, insurance for, like, if we couldn't exorcise the Empress, then we have the prince, and we could be like, hey, challenge to the throne. Da-da, you
yeah,
know.
okay.
It also gives you something because if you're the ones that know the princess is possessed.
Yeah.
If you're seen killing the princess, well, yeah, that's not great.
No.
You're not going to have a royal pardon. This is your royal pardon.
Is him.
Caspian, I think, is going to be sacrificed in this ceremony.
It looks like he is more than likely looking to be sacrificed. Him and probably a bunch of other people. You're guessing a lot of the other people in here are probably noble blood as well.
So if we free them. If we could like, deprive them of some supply of blood, where maybe it's not enough to do whatever they're trying to pull, could be useful. This Victor is supposed to be like a Barovian warrior, so another fighter on our side to help with whatever.
Plus the 2 beefy guards that are in a different cell.
That's right, yeah, I think
They're
over
there.
here,
Yeah.
Oh, the two generals.
yeah.
Yeah.
The same cell where the fake Smoot's wife is. Regenta, that's what I remembered. Hey.
There you go.
He doesn't, but I do.
Well, if we send Caspian.
I can never remember her name. I don't know why.
Victor.
I gotta keep opening the module to look at it.
It's just Smoot. He can never remember
This guy,
anything.
if
It's
we,
friends to
uh,
everyone else.
If we send the sleeping one out,
Mhm.
Hortensia.
well, where do we want to send him?
With the prince?
New Hope.
I guess if we die, then it doesn't matter. So you don't want him to be discovered there otherwise. But
The other thing
if that's
is,
the problem, we probably have bigger ones.
Yeah.
and Smoot would point it out, is this is also ammunition for the Shadow Council. If the prince was alive, they have more free reign to act. Because then they have noble backing, because then they have the prince.
That's true. Yeah, the southern.
That was the other reason you were hoping to
Right.
get Cortensia, because then the southern lords don't have to be cowarding behind. They have the male heir apparent.
But it's also probably important that he knows who rescued him. In the sense of none of us trust the guy exactly who.
Well, you don't
signed
trust
Smoot
the
up
guy
anyway.
in the shadowy cloak with the silver and gold mask.
Oh, I really
Yeah.
don't like
Like,
him.
come on.
You get 2 masks. You wear 2 masks.
He wears a mask
That's
over
example
the
of
face.
untrustworthiness.
Where did
It's
they
like-
cancel
It's
each
like,
other
it's like the
out?
fucking Scooby Doo where he pulls it off and then there's another mask underneath. Like,
There's
God.
endless layers. You get down to a shrunken voodoo
It's like
head.
Revolver Ocelot. He's a quadruple agent for who knows what.
So if we, I know we're here to stop Bravaxis. Like I know that's, but is there some value in getting out of here with the prince and coming back once we've had a chance to rest? Because if there is, then we stand a pretty good chance of getting out of here now with Hortensia at the very least, and I can dispel and wake him up and teleport us back.
I mean, the one good thing about getting out right now would be we've got the kid.
Yep.
We have not raised the alarm.
No.
So, as long as we come back, really anything that happens outside of the actual ascension of Bravaxis, we don't really. Yeah, is it bad that slaves are being, massacred?
It's awful. Yeah.
But does it stop prevent us from doing anything for our ultimate goal? Not necessarily.
I don't know that it gains us anything though. To do just this for today and leave.
That's also true. But at least we would have a guarantee that the kid is out and safe. That's
I mean, we can send him out of here. That doesn't.
Well, I would have to leave and come back, assuming that it would be me doing it.
Would you be able to leave and come back in the same day?
With teleport, yes.
Okay.
Well,
I
the
can-
teleport ward is down now.
That's
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if it was like
But
you could
it's-
only use it once.
Does your
to go.
hearth only take you back to a certain location?
it. Does.
But
I'd
then
have
how
to.
do you-
I'd have to spend a spell to come back. That's the trick. It would cost me. I could eat. I could get out of here for free. It would be my one escape that wouldn't eat into any of my spell slots. But it would. It would cost. It would hurt. So, if I don't want to have to leave until we're done because I can. That's our free get out of here. So that's
Yeah.
the trick.
Because then we can't use it later on.
Yes, I
Okay.
only get to use it one per long
But
rest.
if we were to leave now,
Mhm.
rest,
and then
come back, we would have
I would
that
have it
opportunity
again. Yeah, but we'd have to take the wards down again.
Because the wards are only going to be out for the
8
next
hours.
8 hours.
Yeah.
And then once I long rest, which is, it's a full 8, isn't it? For even for as an elf, it's a
Yeah,
full 8.
so it's
Yeah.
full 8.
So I
Okay.
would still have to long rest, and then I would get it again, and we
Okay.
could go back to New Hope.
You meditate for so long, but you're
Yeah.
still chilling.
I
for-
still have to chill for the full long rest.
I do Still, I have my mansion spell. We find a secluded spot somewhere. That lasts 24 hours.
And just throw the kid in
We
there.
can stow him, protect him, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Chuck him in there.
Lifeless body just slams against the wall.
Yeah, I mean he's got the feigned death on him, so I mean it's not like so we could hide him in there.
So
But then does that spell only connect to a place, and then you go through like a door, like you put it on a door, and that one door gets you there?
I can make the portal anywhere.
You can make
It's
it
not a big
anywhere.
deal.
Okay.
It's just the portal's stuck in a spot. Once
That's
you
what
get
I
it.
Okay,
mean,
that was
yeah.
gonna be my question. Like, could you like say here it is, and then throw the kid in, and then like a
And
portal
then
the hole
close
kind
it.
of thing?
Yeah, no.
So
okay.
it's once you've cast it, it's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, once it's there, it's like, here's a portal right here. You can only come in through this side,
Okay.
and only people I allow can come
And it
through.
only lasts for 24
I
hours.
would allow you to just push the kid through it if you just wanted to drop his body off somewhere with a note. I'm okay with that as well. Or if you wanted to wake him up and then.
I could do that too, yeah. So, but again, it would use up my one recall.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
one free recall I have.
Then you
for
just have
assault.
peasantry little teleportation.
So that is we can
So-
use-
No.
Okay, quick question. We started in town, or we started on the boat? Or
You started
I mean-
on the boat, right?
okay, we started on the boat. We didn't go to town first, and then here we just went to the water, right?
I'm guessing you guys just. I'm
Like
assuming you guys
okay.
just teleport
Yeah.
wherever
Make
you
sure-
guys
have it
wanted to
clear,
be,
yeah.
Then if we
and then
push,
teleported into
Because
the
if we went that way, I have 2 charges left still in my helmet, so I can go in and out. And as soon as we get a short rest, I'm unattuning the helmet anyway, so I might as well use them.
there you go.
There's an idea, yeah. And that way we still have.
We'd have the one
Escape.
recall.
So you just want to.
While we're in here, though,
Okay.
anything else in here?
Literally, all I've
Oh,
been
it's
sitting
like
here the whole
value?
time with that song in my head. Loot that body. Like it's been literally stuck in my
yeah,
head.
yeah. There's a lot. Like these guys are buried with stuff too. Like kings are buried with like their royal like weapon, some like a royal sword. Some are buried with armor. Obviously, their body's still in it. Some are baried with small.
Shake out
Some are buried with stuff. Would you guys want to loot the sarcophagi room? I have no issue. I would have you all roll on the table to see what you find. But you'd be looting the corpses, which I have no issue with.
Yeah, because if you do it from the living, it's stealing.
We are grave robbing, technically.
It's
Literally.
archaeology, I'm pretty sure.
What?
Also,
Sir, I'm gonna put this in a British museum, alright? That's fucked up, dude.
Oh, this is yours? No. It is now mine, regardless if it came from your country.
Because we haven't spent that much time here. We still have plenty of time before the guards should be showing up to pick up.
Victor.
Victor, yeah, 10 a.m. Yeah.
I'm just giving up on their names.
I'm just giving up.
On them. They know who I'm talking about. They can
They
read
know.
my
Getting that
mind.
one guy for that thing.
We can have Victor to the nuclear
The
weapon.
humanish guy with the
With
legs.
Alright, alright, raise your hand if you're grave robbing.
Yes.
Without question.
I object only because the less signs we leave of having been in here, then
Yeah,
the less alarm
I'm-
we might raise.
The less signs in here. The
I mean,
one where
we-
we're taking the prince's body from. That seems like a pretty obvious
Yeah.
sign.
I mean, they'd have to.
They're gonna
get
know
it
that the one person that's
not
dead is gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looting, I assume Smoot's looting.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Also, what's in the prince's pockets?
He's only mostly dead, Captain.
So there is some moral ambiguity
He's a
about
small
whether it's
kid,
theft
so I
or not.
assumed like some candy was in his pockets, you know, like so he has like some.
It's like stealing
you know,
candy
it
from a
was-
small child. That's
From a
pretty
dead
bad.
small child.
He's
Really?
a kid. It's either he has nothing, or somehow he ended up with something really important and no one had any idea.
It's
because
a
he's
ring of
child
red
or
dragons.
whatever.
You know, that's a good point.
He has some candy in his pockets. They're like wrapped up in neat little wrappers, right? And some taffy.
Look, I
So,
have limits.
You know, put it on your note. You stole.
I am not
children
stealing candy from a baby.
Hey, he's not a baby. He's like 8.
Also, I don't
Since
know.
when do you have standards?
Fangs and taffy don't seem like a good mix.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess roll me a
See a
D100
snake
to see what you
Yeah.
find.
I can't actually.
This Arcana Jaw doesn't do anything in that case.
61.
61. Okay, roll me a D10.
you guys are standing around the prince, like, what should we, like, do we send him back? Here, like, push the lid off a coffin, rustling around.
Just throwing stuff out.
I can't get this. There's a.
Wait,
there's
sorry, what did
there's
you say to me
A
last?
D10. A D10.
on
D10.
That's been going around.
There are 10 variations of whatever
It's a
this
Nine.
is.
game,
9.
and,
You have a breastplate of radiant
Ooh,
resistance.
that's fun.
That's awesome.
Anyway, that's this. He's talking about. He's the bard, or
Okay.
the DM is talking.
How about
look at
Smoot?
all these cloaked figures.
Roll me a D100.
That and the other thing. The guy's like, roll a
I
perception
believe
check,
that's
and
100
he
if
goes,
it's
"Oh,
all
yeah,
zeros."
My
Yeah.
barbarian is gonna go over. Oh shit! I rolled a 1.
If it's all zeros, it is a tome of understanding.
Jesus, okay.
Perception check in the
I guess
barbarian.
add it to
Natural 20,
him.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
It starts
That's
this
the
whole
wisdom
fucking
one.
It's the
isn't
one
it?
that increases
And
your
there's
wisdom
points
by
that the
plus
body's
2.
just
If
Good,
you
he
hit.
needs it.
Right? And the DM's like, yeah. And he's like,
Uh,
loot that
let me- does he
body.
cast a wizard
I will
shot?
loot the dead kid's body. And it's.
I'll add it to his inventory.
I wonder if he ever actually even used the other one. He's got another tome in there. Has he just been holding on to that and not reading it?
He used it.
Okay.
He's just not sharing it with anybody else.
So I guess let him know he has a tome of understanding.
Nice.
Fun.
Cool.
And you're not going to loot these coffins?
No.
Okay.
I'll assume I can only loot once.
Loot
These
once.
people.
Yeah. You knock over a lot of them looking for stuff, but that's the only thing that's attached.
Like in that the one temple we were in, or you knocked over all those urns. Well, no,
Lagan
that
did that?
Lagan knocked
Lagan
over
did,
all those
yeah.
urns.
Well, you've had a bad habit ever since you took that spear from that Macedon statue. You're like, ooh.
Oh
Been
yeah.
fine for me every time.
All right. I will cast Detect Magic and look around. Is there anything really, really magical? Like,
Okay. Roll me a D100 to see what you find.
I'm trying.
it's like
If I can't be full evil, you can't be pure good.
71. I'm neutral good.
Yeah, that's the purest.
Oh, well, it is what it is.
Yes. There is one thing that really sticks out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Inside one of them, there is a woman who is holding a lamp. Lamp glows. It has sigils of fire on it. You recognize that this is an Afriti bottle. This is a magical lamp.
+1 con. +1 con. +1 con.
Awesome. So,
So there's an trapped Afriti that's in the sarcophagus.
Open up.
Just
no, we
morally
trapped
ambiguous,
God.
right? He's trapped, and some lady's like, bury me with my genie slave.
oh, I'm taking that. I'm fucking taking that.
You wanna
Add
be
an
buried with-
Afriti bottle.
Oh, okay.
Add an Afriti bottle to your character sheet.
I'm gonna deal with that.
Containing one free Afriti. Well,
Yeah.
not free. Technically, it's anything but.
Yeah.
I said we just freed his, like you said, we just freed their deities, right? Like,
Yeah.
potentially. Okay.
Depends how long he's been in there, how pissed off he is.
10,000 years gives you such a crick in the neck.
Hang on a second here.
Here we go. All right. Cool.
I can't believe Strom didn't go looking for things.
I think this Strom at this point's like, I'm looting sarcophagus.
Strom has learned his lesson.
Yeah, you know, if you lose
Aragorn
the
has
sarcophagus,
not.
you're
He
just
was
gonna have
here.
to stop yourself in
Yeah.
200 years, and it's like
not worth the
eh,
hassle.
yeah.
It really isn't.
You don't know what else he's stolen in his timeline stuff that had repercussions.
Now, if a child had a sword, oh,
It's
that sword's
awkward. You
mine.
kind of look around like, hey, I remember that guy. Oh shit.
He was
yeah.
an asshole.
He was an asshole.
I put him here.
Yeah. Oh, this is where you went. All right.
It's like, oh, there's the sarcophagus that Smoot gets trapped in and dies. I mean,
I mean, nothing. I didn't just reveal the future. In like 3 weeks.
All right.
10. What? 9.
So what are you guys doing now? You guys are in this room.
Well, you waking him up, and shall I take him home? Well, not home, obviously. Smoot's home.
Do we want? Oh, the kid.
Mhm.
Do you want me to dispel it and wake him up now? Is that what? Because I will, if that's what we want to do.
Do we need to wake him up? Because it presumably would take a. Hey.
If we send him back to, well, hold on. Where are our Plan B characters? Are they out in the city?
A lot of them are.
Would
Yeah.
Saya be with them, or
Yeah,
would
she was
be...
off on illusion duty with the
Okay.
other guy.
Okay, all right. So then, like I was gonna say, if she's not, then we could send this kid back, and Saya could wake her up. Like that would be wake him up, because she's got dispel. And then I wouldn't be spending the spell to do it, or I can wake him up and we can talk to him now. Like either or, I don't care. Doesn't matter to me.
I would say, just for political purposes, maybe not revive him until we pull this off, so that
Just
Shadow Lord can't just be like, "Oh, you found the prince and he's woken up. Okay, I'm just gonna skedaddle because I got what I need right now." They're like, "Oh, we found his body. He's dead though. Sorry.
Yeah, no, don't
We're gonna go. We're gonna keep exploring the castle anyway, just in case. And if we get out alive, then
Perhaps somewhere secure in Smoot's Druid Grove.
yeah,
You know?
the giant sloth can guard over him. He has a giant sloth. I forget.
Mhm.
what's-
Yeah, he's got a sloth and there's a treant, and I think there's now like a giant there, a stone giant.
And a monkey.
There's my clay golems, 2 clay golems there.
You got 2 clay golems there. It is a well guarded. It's a high CR grove at this point.
How far away? So we're okay. Trying to remember. We teleported into the water, right?
Yeah.
Where was the closest land to us? Like,
Oh, you're
I mean, the castle's
you're
on
at it
land.
now. The castle was
We went like
just
600
above
yards out
the.
from the shore.
he's got feigned death on him, which means he's not breathing.
He's not breathing. He is a dead body.
You could give him to me in your in your bag. I could go outside with him. I could tree walk from here back to Smoot's Grove, which would be a smaller spell. Like,
But if he's gonna untune to the
These are the 2 teleport charges I
yeah.
didn't mean to wear here in the first place.
so then leaving and coming back is an option anyway.
Yeah.
So that is a better use of your that than So then yeah, never mind. I say that the other option would be I could take him back to my grove, and then he's completely out of Smoot's area, and we don't have to worry about Shadow Man getting
There's
to
maybe
it.
something to be said about that though.
Yeah,
Because
it
my
almost like
people, I take him back to Joy. My people are not near this at all.
I thought you were
I
gonna
don't
go,
have
put him in a
nearly
sack,
sure.
load him with rocks, and just keep him in the ocean.
I mean, you could do that too.
And the other side is your teleport could take him to Joy as well.
So yeah, you could do that too.
I don't know that
Save
I'm
it
as
for
guaranteed
slot.
a shot or as accurate as you are necessarily.
You do have a 25% chance of failure.
And I guess you did bring up a good point. He's not breathing. We can just put him in my portable hole that's filled with water. And,
You could do
I
that.
haven't. I had to
A
put
little
it on the
water
ceiling,
on.
dump it out, and all everything else would come out. That's
Yeah.
a whole thing.
That is a whole thing. So he's we don't think that it'll for real kill him, then we could put him in your portable hole and just keep him there.
Feign death, you don't breathe. You are a dead corpse.
There you go. So that's another option. But if we take him
Now,
back,
when you stay in the bathtub too long, you get all broody.
but if we take him back to Joy, then they could wake him up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For sure, they could wake him
Sure.
up, and they'd keep him safe, away from any of Smoot's contacts. So I don't know. We've got lots of options. I don't know.
Okay, and then to get back here just as easily. Can't I can probably take something out of this castle with me, and then it came from here.
Yeah, then you only have the 25% chance to fail
So-
going there.
Will my can I help negate any of that with my
You guide me, basically.
with more like the concordance? Could I
You
use-
could alternatively
Mhm.
just burn some concordance,
Okay.
and you could have one of the Fey court come here and take him.
There you go. That seems like an even better idea.
It's going
Order
to
of
cost
pickup.
you. I want to say it would cost you 30 concordance.
Okay.
Which
And I have
you have a fair amount.
240.
Yeah, so it's
So
yeah.
so
That would save both the teleportation and that would take save
If you want to spend that, that's probably a better choice.
Yeah, I'm happy to. If it gets him out of here, he'd be with my people who would be completely agnostic to all of this political bullshit that's going on. They could potentially wake him up, you know, and take care of him while we're here doing this. And if anything happens to us, he's gone. He's out. We don't have to worry about him being caught up again.
Yeah.
Like, Mavase is very much in it. She would very much want to do this. This feels like the perfect use of her concordance to save this innocent little boy's life.
Yeah.
This seems like the far better option. Good?
Yeah, because if we don't make it out of here, then we don't want him falling into
I don't want
whoever else's hands.
yeah, I don't want him to get caught up in this. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick this kid up and I'm going to burn my concordance to summon someone here to come get him.
Okay. You take a single flower seed and you plant it between the earthen mortar, and a flower begins to grow up, and the flower grows bigger and bigger and begins to bud until it's just a giant flower hanging there. You set the boy into it, the flower closes over him and grows smaller and disappears.
Do I have any kind of an option to give any instruction or
Yeah, you can talk to
Or-
the flower.
okay, so because if I think that there's some kind of connection here, I would say please awaken and protect this boy in my absence.
Okay.
The Wu-Tang Clan will return for him.
No, me. I will be back for him.
And you have the feeling that he has been sent to the garden where Joy and his court is
Okay, wonderful.
with this message. Okay.
Don't worry, we'll give you a proper initiation at some point. You will release an ancient evil.
No, I'm not interested in releasing it. I'm interested in taking care of the ancient evils.
As well as Smoot does have, apparently, I forget, he does have like 2 people with him that he could have brought too. He forgot because he made that deal with the prince.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I forgot he has those 2 people. But yeah, I'll say they can just, whenever Neil comes back, they'll be with him. Okay. So Smoot's here, he's ready to summon them to him. I think it was the Orlander Knight and the vice, the old viceroy.
I got that updated.
Okay.
Well,
Cool.
It is again your scene. The prince has been rescued and awakened and is under the protectorate of the Spring Prince in the Spring Prince's holdings.
Fantastic. Well, that takes care of that. Now what? Now what do we do?
Still your scene.
well, still have the other 2 prisoners and the Aboleth himself. Well, the other 2 main prisoners that we're concerned with. I'm really curious what is Smoot's wife here?
Yeah. We'd have to have some. Can your devil
I-
sight?
I
see
would have
that?
to, if I could scry in there, I could see it with my witch sight, or if I could actually see her with my own eyes, but unfortunately the arcane eye can't transfer such abilities.
Yeah. Okay.
It's limited in sight, much like an elf's.
And I believe that crystal ball is being held by your other character.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Saya has the crystal ball.
So I thought basically we just had it on the ship when it was doing its thing. But yeah, if you had it, then okay, that works for me too.
I mean, Saya's not appearing in this episode right now.
No.
So.
Just reload a save slot, change our party config, maybe.
Run into our
What is this,
apartment,
Baldur's
change
Gate
the
3?
team.
Yes.
I know. Restart.
Quick save. Go back.
Yeah, I don't know, saves. I mean, it's a legitimate strategy.
Yeah, I have the crystal ball of true seeing on Saya,
Yeah.
Okay.
and it's attuned.
What I love is there is going to be a new difficulty, which only allows you 1 save file.
Iron Man, nice.
Yeah. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
Well, try to sneak any other prisoners out or go for the Aboleth.
I would love to. I think it just comes down to prioritizing our tasks. I think getting the prisoners out is higher priority.
The one thing, and maybe there's magical means of doing this, would be opening those gates. Or opening the cells. Whether they're just physical cells or magical means. The master key might be a good thing to have.
The only thing I worry about is if we trigger the fight with the aboleth, will he summon all the guards?
No, yeah, that is fair.
I don't know how the aboleth is connected to his pig brain people. Like if he can just pull the puppet strings, then we're fucked. We're totally fucked. Because he'll call, well, the alarms will go up, like that'll be it.
I do time stop and with the haste action stuff. Even if I can't see through his illusion, can I still attempt to try to like find the kid, like pat
Yeah.
him down or?
Yeah, it'd be like an investigation check.
Okay, would it be like a disadvantage or would it just be?
It would be a disadvantage because you're trying to feel through an illusion.
I do have a pretty damn good portent I could use. Probably do it.
Unless someone casts True Sight on you as well.
I don't know.
That'd be the only way to guarantee it.
I don't know that any of us have it.
Smoot has it on a mask if that's equipped, but
Let me look. He
equipment.
is.
Yeah, he's wearing the mask of the Sun Priest.
He is wearing Mask of the Sun Priest. He can cast True Saying. It does take 9 of his charges. He does have full charges right now, so that'd be 1, 2, 3.
Can he
4.
cast it on others? Or is it one of those things that he can only cast it on himself?
No, he can cast it on others.
That's nice. So that's an option, and that would make your just make his check easier, I assume.
He would not have to make the investigation. He would just make a simple investigation check to find it. There would be no disadvantage, and it would be a much lower DC. Because then at that point, he's just looking over the aboleth's body to find the key.
But it's hidden in a pocket.
Yeah.
Can't be seen.
Let's don't have buckets. Oh God, no.
No, not that pocket. God.
But yeah, it would take all
Prison
of his
curse.
charge, pretty much all but one of his charges for the.
Does it refresh? Like, does it come back?
Yeah, it comes back. I mean, every day it's 1d8 plus 2 charges at dawn. It has 10 charges total.
Okay.
Just true seeing is 9 of the charges.
When is dawn?
We
Dawn is.
It has to bask in the light too.
Oh.
Yeah, it does have to be Bassin.
I was gonna say, like,
Dawn.
what if it's not dawn yet? We use it and it's dawn?
take it
But-
outside.
That'd be funny. He'd have to go outside immediately.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
What if a Mogwai eats something
I saw
at
that-
11:59 and has something stuck in its teeth that doesn't eat until after midnight?
Oh man.
I saw a nice window in some of those cells that were just filled with sunlight.
Oh, that's right.
Hi, honey, I'm here to save you. Stay there and keep this mask. Keep it in the light if you wouldn't mind. Thank you.
My only complaint or thought is it seems like no matter what, even if we steal the key off the aboleth or whatever, we have to continue to avoid every single aboleth related thing in this dungeon, or this again, they're all still tied together.
Yeah.
We pretty much need to kill the sort of control center. We were debating this while you were gone, and I'm not sure in our in-game character, out-of-game character, a little mix. You kill the aboleth that's just controlling all the other brains and stuff. It just kind of turns off the other dudes, or how does that work?
Or they
Surely
kill
we've
them.
seen this,
Does it-
but it's been so
yeah.
long.
It is questionable what it would do. You know that he is probably the epicenter of commands. You know that previously he was able to command them before. But of course that's when they were had infestations in their brains, like little worm-like creatures. These ones just look like they've had the brains replaced, but maybe the worm-like creatures are in there. It's hard to tell. You haven't debrained one yet to look.
So they at least
But
may cut the
you
network.
do know that he has probably absolute psychic control. So any of those that are in his vicinity, without a question, he would be able to. You think those 8 that are sitting there aren't just sitting there because, they're healing. They're also sitting there because they're his personal regiment of guards.
I assume at the very least that, yeah, they're all just posted in places just to be beacons, basically, or cameras, effectively,
Yes.
whatever that might be.
You think there is a good chance that he might be able to see through their eyes, but it might be maybe closer to something like with your scrying eye where he has to focus, right?
I don't have to with my arcane.
So,
And he doesn't either.
Arcane eye, no. Now, there's lots of things that transfer the senses, and you get blinded and stuff while you're looking through them. Arcane eye has no such weakness.
it might not be, if we kill him, it might not be that, like, they, like, go limp and useless, but it might be, he wouldn't be able to coordinate them to, like, hey, they're at the top floor. I'm going to control all of you to rush to the top floor.
That's
and,
that's what I'm
Taking all your
worried about.
angles and
If we think that he has that kind of control on, because these guards are probably everywhere. If we
based
don't,
on the
I mean,
number
presumably
of
there's
guards
60.
/ pigs.
if we think that we can attack him without him suddenly alerting the entire castle that we're down here,
You'd have to take him out quickly, or you think, or maybe. Well, I'm not gonna say you think. Like you're not certain, but yeah, definitely. If that's
Try
the
to
idea, you'd
assume.
have to take him out quickly, or try to find a way to sever his connection.
I have time stop. I can steal the key off him if I have enough turns. Disintegrate him point blank range also.
yeah, that'd be awesome actually. But
I don't know if it one shot him, but
Depending on when you cast it, right? If his hit points were low enough, you might be able to disintegrate and kill him. I mean, it's whatever you guys want to do. It's an odd thing, right? It's a gamble. No matter where you go, right? There's a lot of gambles going. Does he have the ability to control all of them at once, a couple at a time, remotely in a region around him? Sadly, none of you are Aboleth experts, right?
but we fought him like 2 or 3 times before. I should give us a hint,
If
right?
one of us had just had the surgery done, we'd be an expert.
Yep. True.
Yes, one of us surrenders ourselves, starting to perform surgery. It's like, by the way, before you do this, can I ask a few questions about this procedure and what it does?
I have some concerns.
I'd like to see the waiver. Sign the waiver first.
Not sure if my insurance covers.
I could plane shift him out.
Just tell him to leave.
I don't know.
Get the key first now!
I say we-
Admittedly, that kind of falls on the same one where it was also plane shift was something we kind of wanted to save for the hags if we could.
Yeah.
I'm so very, pro give them a swirly team, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm more inclined towards lifting the key and leaving them be for now, because I feel like the risk of keeping him alive and sneaking past more of the pig brain guards is lower than attacking him head on and not killing him fast enough. That's what my inclination.
it could go either way.
Yeah, because I think that either we get the drop on him, or we initiate the attack, or we fail a check, and then he's aware of our presence.
And not easily approachable at that point.
Whereas if we catch him off guard, we stand a better chance of getting there.
Either way isn't great, but I don't really know which one would be the better option. Because I guess if we attack him head on, the guards may not show up as quickly. But if we get caught and we're not right by him, they're all going to converge on us, but he might not. So then we'd have to fight all the guards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which may not be a terrible thing either. So we take out the guards and then we just have him to deal with. But if we attack him head on, then we've got him and some guards.
He can also run
He could
upstairs.
also run.
Or just somewhere else.
You can teleport out of this floor now, after all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it too. Yeah.
But he doesn't know that.
True. And if we go to take him out, we do have to sneak past all the guards that are right outside his room.
That is the tricky thing. Yeah.
How many of them were there in that room?
8.
There were 8.
Just sitting and not eating breakfast.
Sitting at tables with empty plates with a fork and spoon in hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I'm assuming sitting across tables where
Yeah.
there's vision both ways.
Yeah, they're sitting at tables, yeah, both ways. And now looking at the way that it's placed, they're at tables both ways in almost every conceivable direction.
Okay.
So
Okay. So it's not like it's just like one long table or
no, it's more like spread out like this, like a half circle around the room.
Great.
Well, how? Oh.
Do I take a vote on what to do, which way to do, or
I have no idea. I don't know what's going to be better here.
I mean, and if we want to go back to one of your ideas from earlier. If we are able to somehow distract them, get them either all looking the same direction, or try to get them out of the room so we could get in.
true? Yeah.
Would just be a matter of if we can distract them,
Mhm.
and for how long.
Oh, I had a lot of interesting ideas.
Mm.
I think I've seen at least 5 or 6 plans at the table.
Because you could control one.
I could control one. I could dominate one of them. I could dominate one of these guards that's here and have him walk into that room. Like,
How far does the dominate go?
so let
Can
me,
you make
let me-
them?
let me-
Can they talk?
You haven't heard them talk yet.
I don't think they're smart enough to be able to talk. You attempt to beguile a beast that you can see within range. It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the duration. And the duration, it says it's up to a minute. So you can use, they gain a telepathic link. You use this link to issue commands to the creature while you are conscious, which it does its best to obey. You can specify a simple and general course of action, such as attack that creature, run over there, fetch that object. If the creature completes the order and doesn't receive further direction from you, it defends and preserves itself to the best of its ability. You can use your action to take total and precise control of the target. Until the end of your next turn, the creature takes only the actions you choose and doesn't do anything that you don't allow it to do. During this time, you can also cause the creature to use a reaction, but this requires you to use your own reaction as well. And then each time it takes damage, it makes a new saving throw. And I can extend the duration of the spell by upcasting it. So I can have it go all the way up to 8 hours if I want to.
Could we? I don't know how well this would work, but could we use the one that you're controlling to coax
To beckon the other
the
ones out?
others?
I would think so. I could try.
I mean, because pigs are still pack animals for the most part.
Mhm. It
Kind
just,
of.
I don't know how robust their communication is. I can't imagine it's very good, but
But if we could get them to walk out and go by the well,
Yeah.
and then
attract the damn spiders.
let the spiders deal with them. Well,
Yeah.
we go deal with the aboleth.
I could walk a guy into there and wake the spiders up. I mean, I could do that. It would just be a matter of walking in there, making a noise, kicking.
We
a,
want
I don't
all
know.
of them to be.
With your character's knowledge of the previous thing, you think the spiders are working with?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if they would just be like, "Hey, food."
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, no, you have vivid memories of the spiders working with, wrapping
Okay.
people up, getting them ready
Alright.
for.
So, I mean, at the very least, if we can get them to walk down the hall and just get out of eyesight of where we would be.
I could have him walk in and bar the door. Because there's a door between these two, right? And our guy's in here,
So there is no door here.
right?
He is here. This is the treasury, and they're here and kind of like.
And then
Oh,
that
they're
door
in
is
there.
This
big-
door,
the big
this
wooden
door
door.
is barred and shut.
Okay,
and
alright.
locked.
I
And it's a
misunderstood.
thick door, so you don't think any noise is going to get through here unless it's like a loud.
Okay. I don't know why I thought he was in here and they were in there. That's
Oh,
my,
no,
that's
no,
my
no,
bad.
no,
That's my
no,
bad.
no, no.
Okay.
This is the one that had the she's in there, and then the two big guys are here.
So even if I walk a pig brain in there, he's in there.
Or just, we'd walk him out away so we could get in.
And I
Because
can
you'd
only
have to
walk
go
one
through
side.
here too.
If they, it would also mean we'd have to coax them. If he could coax the others, which, like I said, we don't know if that's possible.
No. I don't think so. If there's a way I could shut the aboleth into that room, but then he's psychic, right? He's
Right,
got a
he would-
psychic
he would
connection.
know.
But I am assuming he doesn't have to see the people around him to be able to control them.
Sure.
I mean, I'm guessing. I don't know. Unfortunately, I can make us harder to hit, and I can control one of them. And that's unfortunately it. Assuming that my magic works on them the way beasts would. And that's a huge assumption there as well. I imagine it would because it's a beast brain, but I don't know. I've never tried to dominate a pig brain in a human mortal bottle before.
Why not?
I have, it's just not.
First time for everything.
It wasn't on my bucket list. So I'm not sure. We may not have any options other than to go in and fuck shit.
I'm okay with whatever you guys want to try to do.
I think at this point, Tony, we don't know what to do.
Should we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Step away for a minute.
After these messages, we'll be right
You know what
back.
that means, don't you, Freya?
I know, excitingly P. that is it. I'm going to turn off the music.
Obviously, if I, using my masterful disguise skills, give us all
Okay.
some compelling-looking scars on our heads.
So,
Yeah.
at least so far, it seems that the decision is next game. Try to neutralize the aboleth is what I'm setting up for. Feel free to talk about. I will take a picture of the board sometime this week, so
Okay.
that you guys have a board that you can look at. So you got an idea of what you're walking into. You guys can think of your battle strategy. Obviously, you guys are hidden. I will give it to you. You could probably remain hidden all the way up to the encounter point. In which case, I guess you guys can potentially try to figure out what your battle strategy is. That's something definitely to talk about, because you guys have a lot of abilities. Some of you have scrolls, maybe to preserve spell slots, utilizing those. Some of you have so many potions. My God, so many healing potions.
So many healing potions.
Uh,
One day I'll figure out how to make like an IV drip line.
be like Bane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get one of those baseball hats with like a can on either side.
Don't you
God.
get it, Decadic?
But
I am
okay.
number one.
Next Friday, we are going to be prepared for some crazy battle
Crazy
with
battle. Or sneaky shit. Just try to like
Yeah.
sneak up on him and steal something or feeble or whatever.
or whatever you want to do.
But at least we're gonna go after the aboleth.
Going after the aboleth next game, try to neutralize the network, and then after that, if you guys are successful, are you guys thinking of what? Just going upstairs to the next floor and checking that out, or potentially you have at least one long rest in this that you guys have access to, either by teleporting away and long resting, or using the door and long resting. You have one potential long rest.
At some point I could at least use
You guys
one
know
short
that
rest
the
desperately.
teleportation circle that leads to wherever Brovaxis is and everyone else is in the third floor in the amphitheater, behind the stage. So there's the amphitheater. There's a large stage. So behind the curtain in the stage is where that teleportation circle is.
There's what, 7 floors to the castle?
It's a third floor, and there are
Is there where
with the
6 or
basement. So
7
there's
mad
basement,
mages?
and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 floors,
5 floors.
And an attic.
and an attic,
In a dungeon, so.
and so yeah, there's a dungeon. So
In a partridge, in a partridge.
yeah.
Because it was 7 of the coven, right?
No, the attic levels are more like towers, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's 5 with the attic, but then there's like some towers
Okay.
too.
Are hags like mages? They just love towers for no evident reason.
They usually love their huts and swamps.
Or a chicken leg, something.
Ugh.
So they're Shrek.
They're Shreks.
Exactly. Yes. All
Quick,
right.
distract the guards. Somebody once told me.
It was an interesting game. You guys found the prince and rescued the prince. That was one of your, to-dos that was nice to get done.
It helped he was
Ah.
dead already.
Yeah.
That was such a mistake. We should have taken some blood.
For what purpose?
If there were
get
any
in.
other royal blood doors.
That's a good
Ah,
point. That's
okay.
such a good point.
That is good. I thought this was like, weren't you for a while like trying to convince Strom to give you some of his
finger.
blood for some
I
reason?
got one, and he then walks through the door and asked
yeah.
for it back. All right.
A finger or something.
Apparently, nobody wants my good deeds, and that's just how it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but they don't seem like good deeds coming from you.
It's weird. I've done nothing but do right by these people.
Then it shouldn't be a big deal to explain what the fuck you want his finger for.
Oh God, you weird sons of bitches! All right, well I'll see you guys next Friday.
Oh, you can just give me